up, everybody? This is Houston Sports Social back at it again.
HSSP.
Back at it with episode 35th episode about to kick off. My name is Justin.
My name is Sean.
What's up, Sean?
What's up, man? Oh, man, we missed you. We missed you, dog. We missed you.
You know, that Houston traffic.
I feel you.
He's been stuck in traffic for days, bro.
Days,
In traffic for days. He packed the lunch and everything. That boy over here, castaway.
Had a lunchboard with him and shit.
Wilson.
Well, you already know who it is. It's your boy Sham Wow, Sham Bam Kablam, Sham Goddamn. What's up, everybody? I'm rare. I'm rare like a $2 bear. I'm rare.
Yeah, well, we're back again for our 35th episode.
Let's go.
We got a good show on the docket for you today. We got some Texans news with the combine and everything coming up. We got the NFL news, some crazy stuff.
We got some crazy stuff in the
NFL. We got Rockets news,
God.
NBA news with playoffs right around the corner.
And we got a little bit of college news too, huh?
College news, yes we do. Yes we do. College basketball, impending NBA news.
Yeah.
So we got Astros news. Spring training is upon us. Some MLB news. Some crazy stuff going on in the MLB. UFC 235 and MMA right now. And we just got some other stuff coming on. We're gonna have a guest a little bit later for y'all today. So
our first physical guest.
We can touch him.
He's a real human.
He's a real
human. I promise. He's a real human. So without further ado, let's get it crack-a-lacking.
Let's get it cracking.
So Texans news. Let's start with it. Okay.
Oh, we're gonna start with that.
This is coming per Mark Berman. He's a beat writer sports reporter for Fox 26 News here in Houston. Quote, very special news for the Texans. Their first member in the Ring of Honor, former star receiver Andre Johnson, is returning to the franchise as a special advisor to head coach Bill O'Brien. He'll have different responsibilities. Now, have you heard Andre Johnson talk? Like, he's not a talkative person at all. His voice is deep. Like, he talks, but you can barely. And Bill O'Brien's like a rah-rah kind of guy, so like I'm kind of interested to see how that dynamic works out.
I don't know how it's gonna work. Look, only thing I want Andre Johnson to do is just tell Bill O'Brien, "Hey, stop being a bitch. Just stop."
Right?
I don't know. Special advisor though.
Yeah, like in what capacity?
Is he going to have?
What
he needs is
honestly,
an offensive coordinator with his special advisor.
Honestly, I just feel like they're doing him a solid because like he needed a job after the league, and so I honestly feel like this is just one of those kind of like Cushing, because Cushing, he was trying to play, but no one was trying to pick him up. Nobody's trying to pick him up, and so I mean, him and TJ Yates, no one's trying to pick him up either, so they just kind of throw him a bone. So it's like a reunion tour. They got TJ Yates on staff, got Brian Cushing on staff. And they got Andre Johnson on staff. It's pretty cool.
Is Yates doing a quarterback?
No, he's just special assistant as well. They haven't really specified his duties. It's kind of just like that, how it's like special assistant or whatever. Okay. So we'll see if they get more. We see if they get more defined roles.
See, and like that's why you should save up your money and actually start to invest while you're in the NFL.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you have something to fall back on when you leave.
For sure.
But whatever.
For sure. But that's not our job though. Moving on. The combine is upon us, and the Texans have a lot of needs going into this combine. We have offense whole line, not even a single position, just whole offense.
The whole line.
The whole line
gotta go, bro.
Yeah, gotta go, the whole thing. So they're looking at tackles right now because we had a lot of issues with tackles. Texans and tackle Andre Dillard are a match made in heaven. This guy is really good stats and stuff. Let me pull up his. This is coming from HoustonSportsMap.com. His stats are really good. He's a big dude, beefy dude, strong. That's what we need. He actually ran really well too. Let me pull up his stats.
What was his time?
He's the best pass protector in the entire draft. Let's see his 40 time. 4.99 40-yard dash. So he's sub 500. Well, barely, but he's sub 500.
I'm sorry, what now?
Well, sub 5 seconds. Why did I say 500?
No.
4.99.
That's still, for a tackle, that's really good.
That's a big boy, too.
Really good.
That's a big boy, too.
I mean, even though he will never have to use that speed, but still.
He notches a 9-foot, 10-inch broad jump, which means he's very powerful, like explosiveness, which you're going to need when you're going up against big offensive linemen and everything.
Yeah, that's all I want to know.
So he started 39 consecutive games in a Mike Leach offense, so there's plenty of film for teams to consume and get used to his pass blocking. Mike Leach runs like a pro-style offense, so he's because most NFL teams, college teams, they play like a spread offense where it doesn't really translate into the NFL that well. So this pro-style offense, it gets him like game ready kind of, because he's ready to get thrown into the fire and get like ready to like run like an NFL offense. which is hard to do nowadays.
I can't wait to see it, man.
So this guy's coming out of U of H.
No, he was another team. I forget. I'll look it up.
Because I saw that it said Cougars.
Yeah,
that's what I thought too.
Yeah. It's not them. I think it's somebody else. But I'll look into it in one of the breaks and stuff. But another thing that the Texans have been looking at are running backs. They've made their due diligence with a lot of running backs. One running back that caught a lot of people's eyes is Texas A&M running back Travion Williams. The Texans met with him. This is coming per footballmaven.io. Texans met with Texas A&M running back Travion Williams at Combine. In 3 years, Williams rushed the football 600 times for 3,615 yards and 34 total touchdowns, averaging 6 yards a carry. Now, I know, like college, the stats are padded because, competition, of course. But still, if you can translate that, he can be your speedy back. Deontay Foreman could be your power back. And then you can cut bait with Alfred Blue, please. You can cut bait.
Blue's my boy.
I don't know.
Blue's my boy,
I don't
man.
know, man.
No, this season, though, he showed out as much as he could. I mean, he went over his average.
He can be on special teams / emergency back, but I feel like
okay. But where does that leave
Lamar Miller? That's the thing.
That's my big thing.
That's the thing. But if they're looking at prospects like running back prospects, that means they're kind of losing confidence in one of those running backs in that room. They just drafted Deontay Foreman, so he's still on that rookie deal. So they got him on the cheap. So it's either Lamar Miller or Alfred Blue that's going to go.
I mean, more like it's going to be Alfred Blue.
You think so? That's what I'm thinking, too.
It's more like...
Because at least with Lamar Miller...
That's my boy, but
he had 900-something yards last season.
You think Lamar's going to take the back end of Deontay Foreman?
No, I think it's going to be a running back by committee. That's what Brian Gain was kind of alluding to. He was just like, we're not going to have like a first set starter. They're going to run it like these running back by committees where you don't know who's coming at you, and they're just going to share the load. Kind of like Saints with Alvin Kamara.
Well, I was going to say kind of how we used to have with Ben Tate and
Arian Foster.
Arian Foster,
just like that.
I missed that setup. I missed that setup.
That was good.
That was
a great setup.
But that was Gary Kubiak offense, which is run, pass, run, pass,
right.
run, pass.
But the fact that he had two good running backs,
one
great one and one pretty good one, like that added a lot to his
for sure, definitely. Other free agent stuff.
Oh my God, your keys! I'm sorry.
Clank,
Justin
clank,
Carter's
clank,
keys
clank,
makes a lot of noise.
So one major free agent.
So annoying.
Shut up. One major free agent that a lot of people were looking at. We have Tyrann Mathieu and we have Kareem Jackson that are both due for an extension. We had Tyrann Mathieu on a 1-year deal last season, kind of like a prove it deal, and then we had Kareem Jackson. We had Kareem Jackson at the end of his contract, so he needs an extension. He's probably looking for big money because he played really good as safety last year.
Last season. Yeah, I'm saying that's last season. What about the season before that?
Yeah,
and the season before that.
Yeah,
and the season before that.
At corner, he was really bad, but they moved him. They finally moved him to safety, and he actually showed out. That's what I'm like, kind of like.
Now is that his true position from college?
Well, it's not true position because he came in as a corner. He kind of was mediocre at best as a corner, but they plugged him in safety last season, and he was fucking killing it. But then we had injuries at corner, and so he had to go back to corner and back to mediocrity, and that's why like a lot of people are looking at that because he played a majority as a corner. You know what I mean? But if you leave him at safety, he can because he went the Charles Woodson route.
Right.
Charles Woodson was a corner, and then he got older. He couldn't keep up with these speedy receivers anymore, so they moved him back. So the attack is coming to you. You're not really.
You got to take a lot of credit to these corners, dude. It's hard.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When you're guarding a receiver.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Absolutely no. Well, I'm saying like okay, so he's good at safety, but my thing is like how big of a paycheck is he expecting?
So the average. So I looked into the average pay rate for a safety in the league right now is $11 million per year.
Okay.
So he's probably looking somewhere around that range. We have the cap money to sign him,
but
we're not going to sign Tyrann Mathieu and Kareem Jackson because we have Justin Reed at safety. We have Andre Howell at safety.
But he's still on rookie contract, so
yeah, he's still on a rookie contract, but still he wants to play. He played really good last season.
Oh, he did.
He balled out last season. So we're kind of log jammed at safety right now.
We have too many. Tyrann Mathieu for sure.
You think so?
And Justin, dude, you have to.
Yeah, well, Justin's staying regardless. But you got to pick either between Tyrann Mathieu or Kareem Jackson.
I go with Tyrann.
Let me see.
The counter argument to that is that Kareem Jackson can play both in case something happens like it did last season where a corner get hurt. Tyrann Mathieu's not a corner. You saw him lined up against Gronk. He got burnt.
Oh yeah,
Bro, look at Grunt though.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
really,
anybody
That's
gets
true.
yeah. It's like so. I don't think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That was kind of loaded, but that was
Bully
just
on you,
that was-
Justin.
Bully.
That was just the first picture that came to my mind. But the reason we bring up Kareem Jackson is on Instagram, people were asking if he's coming back, and he actually responded. He said, "Not up to me, my guy. It's a 99% chance I'll be in different colors next year." And the whatever emoji. So
Dang.
it looks like
That's
he's
what it
It's
is,
not
bro.
up to me, my guy. It's 99% chance I'll be a
Mm-hmm.
different. Hey, you know
That's what it is.
they keeping Tyrone, bro.
You think so?
Mhm.
Yeah,
That kid
yeah.
was on
I think so too. And Bill O'Brien was like singing like love songs about Tyrann Mathieu, how he's a leader, how like the guys get behind him. He was the defensive
Passionate.
He was the defensive captain the first season that he was here.
That's crazy.
You know,
Dude, and it's crazy because it's like you see because he's a short guy.
yeah, he's a small guy, but he's a firecracker. He's like
Yeah.
Napoleon syndrome kind of.
Yeah.
Napoleon syndrome almost. Yeah, but I would go with Tyrann too.
It's not even that. He's probably just a natural leader.
Is
bro.
Tyrone younger?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh well,
They always kind of
Because
go.
Kareem Jackson
yeah.
is 30, but he's playing really well. But Tyrann Mathieu's 27.
Yeah, they always kind of go for the younger guy.
Yeah, and
'cause
we
he's
have
got
I think we have
more life in him.
68 million under the cap right now.
If they said if they release what's his name Johnson what's his name
Kevin Johnson.
Kevin Johnson
They're
there you go.
$9 million more dollars on the
Yeah,
cap.
they'll release him. He
Yeah.
was garbage, dude.
Piggybacking
Yeah.
onto that, this is coming from Pat Destat on
Ooh,
Pat
good
Destat.
segue.
Hashtag Texans set to have an entirely new cornerback group, expecting Jonathan Joseph and Aaron Colvin as the only familiar faces back. So Kareem's gone.
Colvin.
Kevin Johnson's going to get cut. Colvin we signed for big money. He didn't really pan out last season with injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
But if we move him to corner, where he was amazing in Jacksonville, we'd be set there because we get burnt in the corner and slot, and then we're probably going to draft 2 cornerbacks.
I'm surprised. I'm not saying. I guess because Jonathan is a familiar face. He's kind of like a vet on the team.
Yeah.
He's kind of just been there. But I'm not saying he's bad. But I mean, he
He's
could
bad.
get a younger.
He's not bad.
He's
He's just
receiving-
old. He can't keep up with these guys anymore, and he keeps getting hurt. You see him when he tackles, he gets hurt more.
Well, ship him off to the pastor. That's it.
Take him back, old Yeller. That's
They're
terrible.
probably just giving him the whole
Yeah.
veteran thing. But
Yep. And one more on that. This comes from John McClain. He writes for the Chronicle. Texans want to upgrade cornerback the way they did safety last year. I think Kevin Johnson will be released, and Kareem Jackson could leave in free agency, even though he's a better safety than corner at this stage in his career. If Tyrann Mathieu leaves, they have to re-sign Jackson. I agree with that completely. It's
Yeah,
either one
it's
or
either one or the
It's
other.
either one or. You can't keep both. That just wouldn't make any sense. And
Keep
it'll be a
Tyrann
waste of money.
Mathieu. Just
Keep
the
Tyrann
answer's
Mathieu.
simple. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
you
answer's
said
like
the
right
safety's
there.
average is about 11.
11 million per year.
Dude, just do it.
Yeah.
Just might as well just keep Tyrann.
Now, if we're not going to draft corners, another option, Vikings are shopping Trey Waynes. He was a really good corner for them. Their defense was really stellar. They have Xavier Rhodes, they had Trey Waynes, and like they were really good. This might be something that they should look into. I really like the guy. I watched a little bit of his highlights on YouTube a little bit before the show when I was prepping, and he's actually really good. He's a physical receiver. I mean, physical cornerback. He gets up in there like he's that guy that gets up in your face. He's not one of those guys that like backs up 10, 15 yards like Jonathan Joseph does all the time. That's frustrating. So if we he's young too. He's young. So if we keep him and we go with that, that could be another option too. So it's either draft or free agent wise, but something needs to be done regardless.
Yeah, you got to fill that slot in.
Yeah. So
Without a doubt.
moving on to more Texans news. This isn't as happy
Oh, yeah.
as
I was just about to talk about that.
So
Come on,
Demaryius
man.
Thomas is not having a good year. He's not having a good year. He tore his Achilles for the second time in his career.
Jesus
And
Christ.
he's a good dude.
Bro,
Too.
this is like-
He's a good dude too. That's the
This
thing.
is frustrating.
He's a good dude. He tore his Achilles. He was in a cast for a long time. He was on a cart. He gets to driving. So this is coming per Ian Rappaport yesterday. Demaryius Thomas was arrested for vehicular assault related to a crash a few weeks ago. One of his passengers apparently suffered serious bodily injuries. Police say Thomas was driving 70 in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. So that's probably a school zone, you think, or just like a slow lane? Probably like a back road or something. But
It's a road in a
neighborhood or something. But
It's
yeah,
probably in a
one of his
neighborhood, more
passengers has
likely.
serious bodily injuries. They didn't give details or anything, but that's vehicular assault. Like that, even if he's your friend, even if they didn't press charges, because the cops were there and they witnessed that and they saw that he's injured, they have to charge him.
Yeah.
So that's on his record too. So that who knows if that affects him in free agency too.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Not a lot, But
Not a lot, but it might. Yeah.
But was he drinking?
They didn't say. But it happened at night.
So it was kind of
but then that would have been a DUI right there, and they would have reported that immediately.
True.
So
True.
I think he was just speeding, and these supercars that these athletes have too. So I feel like he was just lost control.
So this guy probably
Thank you for the sound effects.
broke it. Too fast, too furious.
But no, come on, man.
Yeah.
Driving
He's a good-
70 see, this is why a lot of people in Houston can't drive anymore.
Yeah. No, but this wasn't
in Denver, though.
This was in
Oh, it was
Denver.
in Denver.
This
Oh.
was
This
in
is when
Denver.
he was with
Because he started out there. They usually get homes like where they first start. So this is in Denver.
Well, I mean, that still doesn't take away from
Tell
the
him,
point that a lot of people in
it's
Houston can't
the,
drive.
For sure. Yeah.
It might have
that
been
doesn't-
the icy roads, bro. Just blame it on the icy roads.
I don't think. Well, yeah, maybe.
No, it's
Maybe.
cold up there.
Okay.
Chilly.
Now, moving on to the NFL. So, y'all know LeBron has this show.
I need to watch
called-
that show. It looks
It's
so
called
good.
Barbershop. LeBron's Barbershop Show. Right? And it's really good. They get a lot of athletes, a lot of
Tell me,
celebrities.
there's a theme song. Okay, I'm sorry.
They mingle together and they kind of
Right.
talk about issues.
Is there a theme song to it? It
I
has
don't
to be
know.
a theme song to it.
I streamed it on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
because somebody uploaded it illegally. And I watched the first episode. I haven't watched that ever since.
Like, why do you keep setting yourself up?
I don't know.
Like,
Catch me if you
NSA,
can.
more than
Catch-
likely, NSA.
Sorry, big brother. I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
NSA is-
I only did the one episode, then I stopped. It was on YouTube, so it's not my fault. Blame the uploader. But anyways,
Anyway, go ahead.
yeah. So they had Anthony Davis, Antonio Brown, Jamie Foxx, 2 Chainz. I think those are the only 4 guests that were on there. And then they had LeBron's people or whatever. While they're all getting
His
haircuts.
posse.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I'm saying?
that's the whole
Yeah.
premise of the show. They're all getting cut up.
Entourage.
They're all getting cut up, and they just talk about everything,
Yeah,
life,
yeah.
everything. So this was Antonio Brown, or as Mr. Big Chest, as he calls himself.
Mr. Big Chest. I mean, you can't really call yourself Mr. Big Chest with a blonde mustache on your face, though. But
Yeah,
all right.
he's going through some
and
stuff.
that's just one problem he has.
That's just the one.
Just on his head.
That's just the one. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and play this real quick for
Go
you.
ahead, man.
Yeah, once the last game came, buddy, to go home with the confusion, too much confusion, I'm like, damn, this is where they really at. Because now they showing me the reality. Oh, yeah, the dude called me out, we lose a game, he like, damn, AD should have ran a better route.
Why would Ben do that?
That's the type of guy he is. He feel like he the owner. Bro, you threw this shit to the D-line, man. How the fuck I'm gonna run it back, bro? You need to give me a better ball. But it's like, in the league, you gonna have a guy from the team to be like, well, you can't say that. I need you to get this out there, like. But it's like, why I gotta be acting? At least ask a nigga how he feel first. Let it roll. Right there, if it don't matter how I feel, then fuck it then. Why I'm here, you know what I'm saying?
That's totally different from our sport.
You know what I mean?
If I want it,
Yeah.
So this guy's going through some stuff.
Bro, tell me. Okay, first of all, where's Antonio Brown from?
Antonio, he went
Where's
to
he from?
Central Michigan. I don't know if that's where he's
Where's
from.
Where is he
originally?
from? Where's he originally
I can look
from?
it up. I can look it up.
Yeah, because I'm hearing the accent, but I don't want to say it yet, until I'm sure.
Accents are hard to tell. That.
Yeah. But no, okay, so first of all, let's talk about what's going on with his head. So he has, it's not dreads, it's twist.
That's
okay?
like-
It's twist. But,
Liberty City, Miami.
okay.
That's like
I don't know what he's doing. He looks like a cartoon character.
So, no, okay, so you remember like when you had Play-Doh, right? and you was able to push that Play-Doh through like this little plastic thing with all the holes in it.
kind of like the Lucas
like a-
Pops.
Yeah, that's what Antonio Brown's head looks like right
You
now.
know the Lucas Pops that you squeeze
Sam.
out?
Yeah, I know just something. Yeah, just like that, bro. Like you
so
push
good.
the Play-Doh through the thing, and like all the strings come up. That's what Antonio's. That's what Antonio
Are you
Brown's
talking
head
about
looks
like
like
the
right
Play-Doh
now.
spaghetti? Like
Yeah.
That's
That
what
shit. Bro, why is like most of the strands on his hair is black, and then he
he
has
got
like
some.
two.
He got 2 blue ones.
He got 2 blue ones and like one blonde one in the middle.
I don't
Like
know.
he
And then
making
a blonde
statement.
mustache with a black beard.
Yeah. and
That's
it's all
that's
uneven.
the most that kind of stuck out to me was
Yeah,
was
bro,
that
because no,
Colonel Sanders
see,
mustache.
I thought it was like I thought he just had some milk, and he had a milk mustache the whole time. I was like, nah, if he had a milk mustache,
Oh
it'd be
my
dripping down.
God.
Nah, it's just staying there. What is happening,
Tripping.
Bro.
What's the name of LeBron's show again?
Barbershop.
How am I tripping? It's Antonio
that-
Brown that's tripping.
Yeah, he's
Was
tripping.
that all that comes out on HBO?
Yeah,
HBO.
yeah.
Yeah, because they're cussing and dropping M-bombs, dude. I gotta
Yeah,
edit.
I know.
Should I
Yeah.
edit? I gotta edit that, right? Yeah.
I mean,
probably.
he said it.
That primary.
his
There's a
show.
primary source. I didn't say it. He said it.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah, I think we're all right.
I mean, yeah, we can toss that one up and just
We'll
see how it drops.
paper scissors rocket for later. Okay, so yeah, that's
Okay, but yeah, let's talk about like what happened though.
Yeah,
You know,
he's talking about Big Ben, and he said
Yeah.
Big Ben was blaming him for games going the wrong way. He said, why are you telling me I didn't run a good route? You better throw a better ball. And he said Big Ben's kind of like an owner. He treats them like he's the owner. This dude's burning bridges. He don't give a
he is.
fuck. Like,
He is.
he's just going off on it. Big Ben like all day.
I mean, like,
Well, he's not gonna be with him no more.
No,
right.
fuck no.
I mean, but see, I can't say anything on it because I don't know them personally. You know what I'm saying? But I could tell. But because
Okay, politically correct over here. I
No,
don't know
I'm
them.
just-
I don't know them personally, so I just
I'm
don't know.
gonna say what I want to say.
I don't want to ruffle
but-
any feathers right now.
Shut up. No. Well, you don't know. We might get Big Ben on the show.
Okay.
You don't know that. Look, all right. I'm trying to keep my options open right now.
Big Ben, get at us.
No, but sometimes you can kind of see like quarterbacks, especially like great quarterbacks like Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
They might have a control issue because it's been their team for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
And he has a pedigree. He has two.
yeah, he has pedigree. But you saw kind of like the head coach and Big Ben kind of go against each other too.
See,
at
that
some
coach,
points.
that
So
coach,
it's-
the coach
I don't know
lost
what's-
control of the whole team.
Yeah, he did.
This is has to be on Mike Tomlin, man.
Yeah.
Because Mike Tomlin kind of reminds me of the cool dad. Mm-hmm. The cool dad. You can't get too cool. Like when you're a parent, you can't be like a friend, like all the way
Yeah.
friend, because then your kids are just gonna end up being like all kinds of crazy.
Yeah, because you saw a point where it got to a point because I think Antonio Brown put something on Instagram or
Yeah.
Facebook, whatever.
Facebook
and
Live.
Facebook Live.
In the locker room, when they were
Yes,
talking.
bro. And Mike Tomlin got pissed.
Yeah.
He got pissed. I'm like, dog, what you doing? Like,
Yeah, what
for
you
real.
doing?
I'm
Because
like,
that gave the
I
other
feel
team
that.
like bulletin board material. Because
Yep.
he was saying like we're gonna beat the ass or something like that.
Yep.
But like, see, that's the thing. Like when you're too cool with your players, like I understand letting them be themselves and let them be free. But like
Right.
you're still a coach.
The desert line.
You're not a
There's a
babysitter.
A little bit too much arrogance in him.
He
Though.
He has
does.
too much arrogance. I mean, he could back it up. That's the thing. He could back it
Yeah,
up.
I know he can
If
back
come
it up, but that's the difference between a great athlete. And that's talking about everything in life.
Yeah.
A great athlete, a great person.
Great
and the
anything.
fact that you boast
Ass
about
weapons.
yourself like that,
Yeah.
I get it. The confidence should be there, but the fact that you're just like, oh, this and that's just like,
'Cause
bro, where's the humility? Like,
there's-
where's
Because a lot of people don't get their ass whipped.
exactly?
A lot of people don't get their ass
see-
whipped, bro.
look,
I'm being real, like straight up.
You see DeAndre Hopkins, he's as wide
Yes.
receiver, but yeah, he says, "Yeah, I'm good," but but you don't just see him just like
Just talking trash. Like, I'm just saying,
my
some people
thing-
just need their ass whooped more.
Yeah, my thing is like there's a difference between confidence and just being a dick.
yeah.
Right? When you confuse the two, then you got a problem. That's when the problems start forming, and then you start leaning towards the dick side.
Right.
Because you can be confident, you can ooze that confidence, and people will respect you. But when you start
that's
rubbing
your
in their faces, I'm the best. Fuck you. You'll never be like me. Then it's just like, you're kind of an asshole.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you may be
Yeah.
right. You may be right, but you're still an asshole.
We've all met people like that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, for sure.
And just like,
Definitely,
I
definitely.
Yeah,
never,
because
I can never
at
chill with
the
you,
end
bro.
of his career, any fan like people hated. Let's put an example. People hated Kobe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was great. People hated him. But right when his his farewell tour, his final games, it was like, "Oh, Kobe, hats off to you." Da da da.
Yeah,
You're always the
everybody's
best.
on his
Just
tip.
all of them. Everybody was on
his
his tip. But if you get reminded as a dick, like you
Yeah.
said, people are gonna be like, "Screw that guy. He was a dick.
Yep.
He's just."
Yep.
Screw his. You kind of put a taint in your reputation by being that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you look at the assholes in the NBA. Like you had Matt Barnes. He was known as a good defender.
But it's so funny
because
because
Michael Jordan's a straight up a-hole, dude.
Yeah, but he backed it up.
He backed it up for real though.
And see, the thing with Kobe-
but he stayed consistent with
Yeah.
his though.
But the thing with Kobe, like, he was confident on the court.
Yeah.
He saved his trash talk for after and before games, right? Just his mind games, right? Mm-hmm. But that's why he's still respected after the game on his retirement tour, because they respect the greatness that was on the court. Everything
Right.
outside of the court,
It's
but,
whatever, yeah.
But when you have, like, Matt Barnes, like, ball faking at Kobe and, like, doing all this stuff, driving 3 hours to go beat up Derek Fisher.
Was that ever like claimed that it was true?
Yeah, he did. He actually drove.
He went
3
because
hours?
Because
Yeah, because Derek Fisher was dating his baby mama, and he was around the kids. And Matt Barnes had an episode, and he like drove 3 hours.
Oh, he had an episode.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
he
his
just
kids
had
was
this
with him,
thing.
and so he was like about
Well,
to go beat
bro,
Derek Fisher ass.
That's his fault.
Yeah. So
yeah.
that's the thing. Matt Barnes, people remember him, but they don't remember him like they do Kobe.
I
Right?
like
So it's
him how he's commentating now.
yeah, he's like all calm.
He's
and
all
stuff.
calm. He's like, well, yeah, the
hey, the camera changes you, bro. The
Yeah.
camera
Who,
changes you.
Matt Barnes?
Barnes,
Yeah, he's commentating
He's on
now.
first take. He's on first take a lot.
Dude, I haven't
First
watched
Taker,
First Taker.
Dude, he's so
Undisputed.
proper. He's all like,
Yeah, he's like,
Stop it.
Tony Brothers needs to really stop.
Stop it.
They didn't come here to see you. They came here to see the players.
Did I
Like,
see-
Oh no, he was talking about Scott Foster at one time.
Yeah.
Because they said Scott Foster is like the most arrogant official out there.
Yep.
And he is.
I probably have seen.
All right, we're getting off track.
We're getting off track.
Okay, so back to Antonio Brown. This is coming from Adam Schefter. The three teams that are showing the most interest in receiver Antonio Brown to date are the Oakland Raiders, Washington Redskins, and Tennessee Titans. Per league sources, thus, the battle for Brown could develop into a battle between Gruden's, John and Jay Gruden, because Jay Gruden's the coach of the Redskins and John Gruden's the coach of the Raiders. That'd be funny. Just two brothers, just kind of like.
I kind of think the Raiders are out.
Why?
Because
they have money. They have 4 first-round picks.
No, it's not even about that. It's not even about that because Jay Gruden. Is it Jay Gruden?
Jay Gruden's Redskins.
Okay,
John
so
Gruden.
John Gruden got rid of Khalil Mack because Khalil Mack was super arrogant and it's a diva. Mm-hmm. And you think Antonio Brown isn't? Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I already think that's a bad matchup right then and there.
That's true.
He'd be great. Like, shoot, like that combination of Derek Carr and Antonio Brown would be awesome. Mm-hmm. But I don't think John Gruden will want somebody as.
But at least the Raiders have a quarterback. Redskins are kind of in a quarterback conundrum right now because Alex Smith is still out for this next season.
Well, I mean, that's
and
why
they might actually be in play for a quarterback in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
So would Antonio Brown go there without an established quarterback?
Or he can go to like the Tennessee Titans.
That's true.
Like Tennessee Titans
But,
aren't.
man,
Like Titans aren't a bad team.
If he was going after Big Ben, he's gonna roast Mariota alive.
Yeah.
Mariota's he's decent, he's serviceable, but he's not an elite quarterback. Mm-mm. And if Big Ben, Super Bowl winner Big Ben, future Hall of Famer Big Ben is giving you problems and you're getting pissy about that, the second Mariota starts fucking up like in a row,
Yeah.
Antonio Brown's gonna
Just light him up. Just light him up.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. So
Yeah.
you think for a young, because he's still young, he's still in his 20s, mid 20s, late 20s.
Yeah.
You think that's like a viable environment to put Mariota in? Because I feel like an established quarterback can handle that. You know.
My thing is, Mariota been part of this team for how long?
I think he's on his third season.
Yeah,
Third season.
Third.
Okay, so he's been there for a while.
He's been there for a
You know
little
what I'm saying? So like him, so he's cool with all the guys there. Mm-hmm. Antonio Brown's a new guy coming in.
Yeah.
So I don't think Antonio Brown's gonna have that much power to just say whatever he wants.
But
in front of everybody.
He has the background though.
He has the back. Dude, look, the background don't mean nothing in the locker room.
That's true.
Straight up.
Hey, but Mariota ain't gonna say nothing though.
I'm not talking about Mariota. I'm just talking about just in general.
everybody else?
Yeah, bro.
But he's automatically the leader of the receivers though, because who else they got?
He would be. He would be.
They ain't got
But
nobody else?
look, as a real person, you're not gonna let anybody like Antonio Brown just talk to you any kind of way, bro.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Like if you're real, you're just not gonna let him talk to you any kind of way.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's
Especially
where
for your
that's
boys.
where your man, dude. That's where your dignity comes
Exactly.
Yeah.
In the locker room for your boys, no, you ain't gonna let him talk to you any kind of way, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it for free agents. Well, let's go to the combine as it comes to everybody else. So this is like otherwise known as the Underwear Olympics. They put them in like Under Armour and stuff. They make them do like hoodies and stuff. So it's weird.
Got nothing but Under Armour on today.
So a lot of people were focused on Kyler Murray. A lot of people wanted to know. So he came in at 5 at the combine. Remember before he was at 5'10", 195.
Mm-hmm.
At the combine, he showed in at 5'9" still and 207. So he gained some weight. They made him eat. They made him eat, and they put on some muscle because he had to. But a stat that goes against him. This is coming from Joe Goodberry. Kyler Murray has the shortest arms of all time at 28.5 inches. Compared to every combine participant at every position, he's in 0% for arm length. For comparison, when I get a shirt size from here to here is 36 inches, right? So 28, probably about there.
Oh, that's crazy.
He got some small arms.
Yes.
What's he gonna?
Got
What's
the
his
T-Rex
position?
on.
What's his?
I'm an inch taller than him, and I have bigger arms than he does.
Yeah,
longer arms than he does.
I'm 5'10", 5'11". On a good day.
Yeah. Because
So,
like when I get a shirt, like
no,
a
I
dress
want
shirt,
to, dude. I haven't been sized in a while, so I can't
just look at
remember.
look at the dress shirt, and it'll show you.
Because I know my arms are pretty long.
Yeah.
Mine's
Yeah.
too. Like, I know I'm in like 30. I have to be like 35.
No, your arms are longer than mine, dude, because you're taller than me.
That's what I'm saying.
So you're probably like 30,
35.
36, 38, 38, 37, something.
Oh, okay.
So they measure to the wrist, not
so it
to
goes
the...
to the wrist. Yeah, it goes to the wrist to the seam line right there.
Yeah.
You know, in the dress shirts how they have the seam.
Yeah.
Damn, how do you even live your life?
Just
some short arms, just like
What if
you can't even pick up a bowl. Like,
Hey,
That's a T-Rex,
what
bro.
if he got T-Rex arms?
I'm sorry. Okay.
So what's he being talked about? Like, what's his position? What's this?
He's a quarterback. He's a quarterback.
Dude, if you don't get his...
Oh, one of the comments says even shorter than Shaquem Griffin. No way. Is this stat correct? You know what Shaquem Griffin is? He's the guy from last year who had the stub.
Yes, I know.
Oh.
He's a nub guy.
Oh no, that's messed up, man.
Is
These
he
people
still in the league?
Yeah, he's still in the league.
That's
He's actually
very
playing
messed
for the
up.
Seahawks. Yeah, with his brother
With his
Shaquille.
brother,
Yeah, both playing.
That's actually so
I
mad.
didn't even see their games. How'd he do?
He's actually doing pretty well.
You did pretty
He
good.
didn't catch no interceptions or nothing, but he tackled a lot. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. It just blurted out.
I'm so sorry.
Why do I do this?
Anyway,
Why do I do?
keep
Moving
going.
on. Okay, so this is coming for U.S. Stadium. Mel Kiper Jr.
We gotta edit that out.
Yeah, we
gotta edit that out.
Okay. This is coming per U.S. Stadium, U Stadium on Twitter. Mel Kiper Jr. just now on ESPN Radio. Quote: "The Cardinals are going to draft Kyler Murray at number 1."
Sorry, we're gonna have to.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, you know what I was thinking?
I'm gonna
of
keep
when
that joke. It's
you know
not that bad. It's not that
you know
bad.
that meme where that cartoon is staring at the mirror. He goes, "Why are you like this?"
Yeah, that's me. I'm keeping that joke in. It's not that bad. It's not that
It's
bad.
not bad. But
It's not
it's
bad.
like,
It's just like,
all right, so
You're not wrong. You're just an asshole. But yeah, so Cardinals,
talking about ticks.
Cardinals, man. Cardinals number 1 pick. This is what Mel Kiper is now saying. Mel Kiper is known for mock drafts analysis and stuff. They just got that Cliff Kingsbury guy from Texas Tech as their new coach. Really young coach, 36, I think. So yeah.
like, okay, so does he know that? Okay, but this is just a mock draft. He
This is
doesn't
a
know
mock
for
draft.
sure.
This is a mock draft. He doesn't know
Okay,
for sure.
look.
But how do you think he'd be on the Cardinals? Because they have Josh Rosen already.
And Josh Rosen didn't pan out.
I mean, growing pains, of course, but still.
I mean,
They got David Johnson. They got Larry.
so you just get another rookie? Like, I don't know. Like, you just gotta.
I don't know, man.
Like, I can't say it makes sense, but like me, I'm no good at mock drafts, so I would just wait
no
until
good
the
at
draft
mock-
actually
yeah.
happens.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too. But that just kind of puts it in perspective, like what people around the league, like the mock analysts, are thinking. But yeah, moving on. This is coming from Jeff Howe. So we know that Todd Gurley was suspiciously
he's not gonna be on my fantasy.
Suspiciously not playing well not playing a lot in the Super Bowl, and a lot of people didn't know why. We thought he had some locker room drama or something with the coach, some falling out because they had C.J. Anderson playing a lot, heavy minutes, and nobody knew why. Nobody was saying anything. Well, per Jeff Howe on Twitter, Rams running back Todd Gurley has arthritis in his knee, according to a source. Helps explain his limited usage in the playoffs.
Well, he's not going to be on my fantasy.
This is the same knee that he had ACL reconstruction surgery on after college. And as somebody that's had that surgery before, like, when it's cold outside, sometimes my knee will ache. You know?
You've had ACL.
Yeah, I had ACL reconstruction.
Right
knee. So like little factors like affect that, right? So I can't imagine like playing football and like getting pounded like all the time and stuff. So when he says he has arthritis in his knee, it must be really affecting.
It's just that knee that he got reconstruction, obviously.
Yeah. So that like affects him. That affects him a lot. And so who knows how that's going to affect him moving forward, because because his rookie season he actually played really well. So was he playing through that pain, or is it something that just flared up right now? You know, so as a fantasy owner, as a team, like in real life.
How recent was his injury? It was in college.
It was in college. It was because he's been in the league for 2 years.
Okay, yeah.
So it happened in college. That's why he dropped to the Rams, because a lot of people wanted to pick him in the first round because he was really good before he got hurt. And then the Rams ended up picking him up. And then
that's what sucks. That's actually, the injury has been the biggest downfall.
Yeah.
To a lot of prospects, like people coming out of college.
Yeah, for sure.
Go,
We'll get to that. We'll get to a big one on that. Now this has been a shocker. This guy was actually on my FanDuel for a couple of weeks in a row. The Baltimore County Police Department has confirmed that former Ravens running back Alex Collins has been charged with narcotics and weapons violations. He got into a car crash the other night, wrapped around a tree. They found a gun and they found drugs with him. So the Baltimore Ravens cut him next morning.
Good.
Yeah, so he was
locked up.
let me
At least he didn't hit nobody. Like,
yeah, at least he
you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't hit it.
But that,
you know,
what do you mean he didn't hit that poor tree?
No, I'm saying, like, because all these other athletes are domestic violence, beating up girls.
He didn't hurt nobody. He just hurt a tree.
My thing is like, okay, so narcotic and weapons violation. So he had narcotics and weapons in the car.
Yes.
What was he doing with the drugs?
Oh, he was
If Hunt
probably
can get his
he's
job-
probably
Like, was
done-
he selling?
Because
It makes no sense if he was selling.
If he had enough to the point to distribute, they would have put that in the report.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he just had to trace him out just to like do it himself.
Right.
But yeah, that's why they just say narcotics. If he had more than like a certain weight, I think it's more than an ounce or more than a pound or something. That's you get hit with intent to distribute.
Right.
Because that's a massive amount. You're obviously not going to do all that yourself. So yeah, he was just holding a gun and he had drugs on him. So. We don't know. Maybe he'll go to the AAFL. Maybe.
Oh, yeah, the AFL's just getting hot, huh?
I actually like it. It's actually kind of fun. It's holding me over.
You think Johnny Manziel should make a run for that?
Yeah.
He just got banned from the CFL. He got banned and
Really?
released. Yeah.
Why do you get banned, though?
I don't know. I think he was doing some dumb shit. But they cut him. They
I'm
released him,
sorry.
and he said he's banned from the CFL. I don't know why.
Quick question: what is the AFL? I have not.
It's like a minor league system for
Oh.
football.
Kind of like the G League?
So that San Antonio has a team,
I heard Richmond
Memphis
is good.
has a team.
Houston don't have a team.
Houston don't have, but they have an affiliate team because it's like a minor system, so they like feed into it, so they can all look. They say this is best for quarterbacks and offensive linemen because they get pro experience. So a lot of colleges, like I said earlier, they run that pro style offense or whatever. I mean that spread offense, so it's not can't really translate into the league. Well, this has actual like former NFL coaches like coaching it, so like they get that experience and whatnot.
Sure,
You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah. We'll see what happens with
They
Alex
should
Collins.
have been kind of had that for...
Yeah, but they didn't want to
for a
because they
long time.
didn't think it would make any money. But it's making some money. It's
Heck,
making
it
some.
wouldn't.
They got some investors now.
Yeah,
So
like people actually go like okay, so it's not like pro, but it's
Semi-pro.
probably better. Yeah, it'd be semi-pro. It'd be better than college. Well, not semi-pro either. It would be better than. It would be on a level higher than college, but a level lower than NFL.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. And people will pay the money to watch that. You know
for
what
sure.
I mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
It's like the G League.
For sure. Yeah. Moving on. So we found out that Jason Witten is going back to the Cowboys on a
I heard about that.
$6 million deal. He was actually a really bad commentator, dude. I couldn't stand
That's
him.
just my
He was
deal.
a
That's
real
good,
bad
but you're
commentator.
putting your body through.
Dude, you couldn't even fit in those
And he's been
suits.
out for a year, and who knows if he's in football shape. So we'll see. We'll monitor that. But the betting favorite to replace him is Peyton Manning on Monday Night Football. This is coming per USA Today. What do y'all think? You think Peyton Manning would be good?
I think Peyton Manning would be great.
You think he'd analyze a game like Tony Romo?
Dude, I think Romo's...
The best.
He should have just done... He should have just started off as a commentator.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No, I
But
think
he wouldn't
Romo
have
is
that
good,
experience unless he played, right?
Too. But
That's true.
I think Peyton Manning has a higher football IQ than Tony Romo.
yeah.
And then, I mean, Peyton Manning has the.
I just
has the
wish he'd be
pedigree
like seeing
to back
things
it
like
up.
Tony Romo does. That'd be cool if he did like the same
Yeah,
kind
but
of concept
Tony was calling plays out on those games.
before they happen. Yeah,
I
that's
was
what I'm
like-
saying. Maybe Tony. I mean, maybe Peyton Manning
He
can do
probably
that same
just got a
thing.
hold of the...
I mean, but it's
Play-
so
play the
different when you're actually playing the game and you see it from one angle. Then actually, like, okay, you're outside of the game and you can see from all angles. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you get that top view. So it's so different. So that's why it's easier for him to
Yeah.
see that. You know
If
what
y'all
I mean?
can watch
And-
that detail show with Peyton Manning, he actually like talks about like
Yeah,
that.
see, I like that show. I think I've seen
It's on
like
ESPN.
maybe one or two
Yeah.
episodes. One with football and the other one with football. Well, Peyton Manning with football and Kobe with basketball and stuff. And you see it, it's like, oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, but I mean, I think Peyton Manning would be good. He's comfortable on TV, so.
Yeah, anyway, these Papa John commercials. So.
Tom John.
Okay, moving on. More free agency stuff. It's 130. So remember I told you the safety average is 11 million per. So remember last season Earl Thomas they played the Cowboys and he came in the locker room to the Cowboys locker room and at Jason Garrett he said, "Hey man, this offseason come get me." Right? He actually literally said that and that was like a big deal or whatever. Well, he broke his leg later on in the season and he really wanted to go because he's from Tyler, Texas.
Oh,
he's a big
so
Rockets fan. He's a big Cowboys fan growing up. So, this is coming from Calvin Watkins on Twitter. Hearing Earl Thomas is looking for $15 million in average salary. That might be too much for the Cowboys' liking. Might be too much for anybody's liking. That's $15 million per.
Like,
I understand.
13 was pushing it.
Yeah, I understand that Earl Thomas is a really good safety, but come on, man. Like, I understand like starting high and going low.
You just broke your leg too.
Yeah, you're coming off a broken leg.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I understand like starting high and then like kind of whittling down, but still, that's like,
yeah,
at least start with like 12, 13, like kind of work with it. You know.
See, I would have thought 13 would be pushing it.
Yeah, exactly. And he went straight for the rooftop. You know.
Okay.
So I mean, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's it for free agency news and stuff in the NFL. Now we gotta touch on this, man. Robert Kraft. We weren't here last week. This happened last week. Yeah. So your boy, Robert Kraft got
my boy.
Yeah. Robert Kraft got caught from a sting operation in a rub and tug massage parlor. I'll just let Today News explain it for you.
Attorney here in Palm Beach County upped the charges against Robert Kraft and the 24 other men swept up in this investigation to a first-degree misdemeanor. If convicted on those charges, it carries a harsher penalty, including up to 100 hours of classes learning about the evils of human and sex trafficking, as well as up to a year in jail.
This morning, Robert Kraft is back in Boston. The New England Patriots owner seen hugging his star quarterback, Tom Brady, after they flew home from Los Angeles Monday on Kraft's private jet.
We are charging 25 individuals with soliciting another to commit prostitution.
Prosecutors in Florida now charging Kraft with 2 misdemeanor counts of first-degree solicitation of prostitution.
I can assure you that our office treats everyone the same, whether you have a lot of money or you are indigent. We treat all defendants the same, and no one gets any special justice in Palm Beach County.
Investigators releasing graphic new details of Kraft's 2 alleged sexual encounters at the Orchids of Asia Day Spa. Everything, police say, recorded on as many as 5 surveillance cameras. One of Kraft's alleged visits the morning of the AFC Championship game. Detectives say Kraft documented on video engaging in a sex act, handing over a $100 bill and another bill, and then leaving in a chauffeured Bentley waiting outside. If convicted, the billionaire and 24 others named in the investigation could face up to a year in jail. Kraft could also face penalties from the NFL. The organization issuing a statement Monday saying, in part, our personal conduct policy applies equally to everyone in the NFL. We will handle this allegation in the same way we would handle any issue under the policy. Kraft's Florida lawyer not responding Monday when asked to comment, but last week a spokesman saying Kraft denied any illegal activity. Now this high-profile case bringing national attention to the issue of human trafficking. The National Human Trafficking Hotline says Florida ranks behind only California and Texas in the number of cases reported, last year receiving more than 14,000 calls nationwide.
This is not about lonely old men or victimless crimes. This is about enabling a network of criminals to traffic women into our country for forced labor and sex.
A lawyer representing other men caught up in this investigation has filed with the court saying that the police videotape, which is key evidence, was obtained legally. Craig, without that evidence, if a court were to decide it was obtained illegally, this case could very well fall apart.
Okay, so here's my thing. Okay, you're Robert Kraft.
That's my boy.
You're Robert Kraft. You're worth $6 billion. You paid $59 for a rub and tug.
60.
You got caught. $60.
60. I don't know why everybody keeps saying 59.
Well, that's what the report said. Okay,
like
but look,
100.
this dude can literally go to Vegas, drop like 10 grand. Like, no, this is pocket change.
Like
That's
an escort, yeah, like an escort.
And pay, no, not an escort. Pay for a legitimate porn star.
Dude, it's not even that. He could have had a mistress.
He could have
had a mistress.
He's 70 years old. He has a 30-year-old girlfriend. Not even married. You can literally do
that
whatever you want
by
because she's a girl.
else.
You can dump her. I don't understand. Yes. This doesn't make any sense to me. Once I found out the price and what he was doing, if it was somebody like broke and you just want to get a quick, I would understand it. But this dude is worth $6 billion. I don't understand why you ruined your life for Oh my God!
I mean, let's be honest. Like, how much life does he usually have?
Hey, you know. That's
okay,
true.
that's cool. But with that argument, you could literally go to Vegas where it's legal. Boom. Do you? You got private jets. You can go to Vegas.
I think he just had a like fucking moment. Sorry, you know.
Yeah.
He had like I got 6 rings.
He had a moment twice though.
Yeah.
So I say he had 2 moments.
Yeah, he did.
And he probably had more than that. I mean, if we're being honest.
Didn't his wife die of cancer or something?
Yeah, his first wife died of cancer, and then like he just was sad for a bit. But then you see him dancing with Cardi B. You see him like living life now, hanging out with Meek Mill, hanging out with all these rappers, just chilling,
living my best life.
Living his best life. But now I
don't blame him in a way, but it's because.
But the thing is,
we have to be in his position.
Yeah, you know what makes it worse? It's if it was just a rub and tug kind of deal, people would have laughed at it, whatever. He'd pay his fine, whatever, done. But the thing that since it's linked to sex trafficking, that makes it exponentially worse because now it feels like he's linked to that. Yes. Now his name, whenever you Google his name, Robert Kraft, right under that's going to be sex trafficking ring.
Yes, and like there's no way you go into massage parlor that's like that and not think of sex trafficking.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's no way.
For sure. Absolutely.
So you knew the consequences. Now, as far as ruining his life, well,
it's not going to ruin his life.
$6 billion.
He'll make that go away. He'll make that.
He can make it go away and sweep it on the rug.
He's not going to jail. I mean, they threaten jail, but he's not going.
And then,
can you scroll that up?
And then, as far as what the NFL's like going to do to him, what can they really do to an owner?
Yeah.
Like honestly, and so like
they can make him get rid of the team. That's the worst.
Maybe.
Maybe because they made the Carolina Panthers dude sell the team because he was like sexual inappropriateness.
Yeah, but he's not Robert Kraft.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? He has rings under his belt, and he's worth $6 billion.
$6 billion.
You know what I'm saying?
So you're like Dr. Evil.
$6 billion.
Dude, he sounded like I didn't think that sounded like.
That
he sounded like a shit. Probably Cleveland for family.
No, it'd be like,
and not because he's African American.
Yes, yeah.
No, I got that was the voice.
Just putting that out there. All right, so we'll monitor this Robert Kraft thing. That's just the latest coming from Today News.
Dude, if I was him, I wouldn't be like, man, fuck this shit.
Hey, how much money I need to make this go away? How much money? What?
Take it.
$10 million? Got it.
Shoot.
I get like all these justice people or everybody. Oh, we gotta treat everybody to the law. Da, da, da. Bro, you're telling me this attorney's telling me if Robert Kraft didn't say $2 million, that boy's gonna bet. You know what? Say no more.
Yeah, and that's how the law works now, man.
You telling me? Come on now. Money makes everything go away.
That's how the law works.
Okay, how you
and like this sucks because like honestly, he should be in jail.
Yeah, for sure.
Should be in jail,
but let's move on to we'll monitor that. We'll see. I'm pretty sure that's just going to be going on for weeks to come. But moving on, we have some Rockets news. This is coming from at Rob K Sports. He tweets, there's a real-life player in the National Basketball Association averaging nearly 37 points and 8 assists per game on top of being second in the league in steals and pulling in almost 7 rebounds per game. And there are still NBA fans manufacturing ways to minimize it. Incredible. This is true. He wasn't even the player of the month this month.
Because he's everybody's narrative is he's overrated.
He's overrated. They think he's not good at anything else. He carries the team too much. He ruins basketball. Look at those numbers, man. That's crazy.
No. Did you just say he ruins basketball?
No, I'm not saying he ruins
basketball. No. But people are saying that he ruins basketball.
People are saying he's like a bad style of play.
Golden State ruins basketball.
Yeah, they do.
What the hell?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
yep.
The reason why they keep putting Giannis in the conversation is because, he's doing great.
Yeah.
But Giannis has a healthy team.
Yeah.
Yes.
Giannis does have a healthy team. Yeah.
I just...
Yeah. So we have some audio from Nick Wright. He used to be on Sports Radio 610 here in Houston, KILT.
Hey.
He's on First Take right now, and he's actually a very he defends Houston a lot from other teams. So we're gonna play his audio real quick.
And I can't believe how stuck in narratives some fans and media are on Harden. Like we got 20 games left. He's averaging 37 a night. His team is a game and a half out of the 3 spot in the West, despite dealing with injuries. Yet, during the end of the game last night, I sent out a tweet praising him. And I saved some of the responses. Good player, mediocre efficiency, incessant foul hunting. Anyone could do it with those level of free throws. Jordan would have been better if he would have got the free throws that Harden gets. He must be in the finals every year. Wait, chokes in the... Guys, your old narratives about Harden don't apply anymore. There have been 10 seasons in NBA history, where a guy averaged 35 points a game or more. 5 are by Wilt Chamberlain, by the way. You know who has the highest true shooting percentage of any of those 10 seasons? James Harden this year. The second highest is 56% by Jordan in 87. Harden is at 62%.
Wow.
So stop with the he's not efficient.
And
stop with any of this. And
Speaking truth, man. Speaking truth.
Stats don't lie.
Stats don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
Play don't lie either.
Play don't lie either.
Like, I don't know.
Find a new narrative. Find a new slant. What was it? Find a new slant.
There's times where I do get like, he ISOs a little bit too much, and he does some pretty bad shots. But there's times where he'll pass it, he tries to trust it, and then there's just guys that miss. And I'm just like,
for sure.
Bro, this is why Harden has to carry all that.
Exactly. And speaking of carrying, he's probably gonna have to do some carrying today because. This is coming per Salman. What's his name? Salman Ahmed.
Damn, we're playing the Celtics.
Yeah, we're playing the Celtics. Actually, Celtics have been sliding, so we might have a chance.
They're like 0-6 with
Eric Gordon and Kenneth Faried are probable for tomorrow night against the Celtics. Gerald Green's strep throat is questionable. Iman Shumpert is probably out.
Strep throat. You don't got to talk. Just play.
Just play.
But he's highly contagious.
They put a mask on him, like put an N95 on his face or something, man. Come on, man.
Oh, yeah, strep throat is contagious. I forgot.
Yep. And speaking of Harden,
put him on SCBA or something, bro.
Yeah. So speaking of the disrespect that Harden had to get, this comes from Jonathan Fagan. He's a beat writer here in Houston. Quote: Giannis Antetokounmpo and Paul George are players of the month for February. Both have been phenomenal. The case for Harden: he averaged more points, assists, steals, blocks, shot a better percentage, while having a better record than George. George more rebounds, one head-to-head. LOL. Like, really? Like,
and then Paul George's shoes are faulty. So
yeah, we'll get to that after this. Okay, so this was a cool stat I saw. This is coming from NBA on ESPN. This is James Harden's season high versus each team this season.
Versus your team this season.
So let me just list it real quick. Atlanta 28, Boston 45, Brooklyn 58.
How are you good?
Keep going.
Cleveland 43, Charlotte 30, Chicago 30, Dallas 35, Denver 32, Detroit 43, Golden State 44, Indiana 40, Los Angeles Lakers 50, Los Angeles Clippers 31.
I think at this point we kind of ought to get the point right now.
Yeah, he's up in the 40s, high 30s, high 40s.
And
even
We've played every team at least once already.
Over 50.
That's crazy.
Average over 50 on like 4 or 5 of these teams.
Yeah. This is his season high.
And these are all... I mean, there's a lot of top.
I don't see any. The only thing I see in the 20s is with Atlanta. Everything else is in the high 30s.
Yeah, and
that was a streak when it got broke.
Mm-hmm. And in New York, he had 61 points, bro. 61 points.
He almost broke the.
And he's not the player of the month. You're telling me, man.
At this point, I mean.
Look, they have to switch it up.
Yeah.
Look, okay, you guys know I'm a San Antonio fan.
Yeah,
I do like the Rockets, and I will say when there's something to be said about James Harden, I will say it.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, he has to win MVP.
Yeah, for sure.
Just give him MVP. Like at this point, like what else can you say?
What else you can't?
Okay,
can't
he doesn't play defense that well. I mean, dude, however many steals he averaged, come on, that's pretty freaking high.
Exactly.
So
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for the Rockets. They got a game tonight. We'll see how they go against the Celtics, who've been sliding lately. So this is coming per Adrian Wojnarowski. Paul Gasol is planning to sign with the Milwaukee Bucks. He had a buyout with the Spurs. He actually gave back $2.5 million in salary, so they stay under the cap, so they're not strapped for cash. But
he's still cool, though.
Yeah, this is a good bro move by him. Speaking of Bucks, another Woj bomb. Guard Eric Bledsoe has agreed to a 4-year, $70 million extension with the Milwaukee Bucks. League sources tell ESPN.
I wasn't even aware that you could just do deals like that mid-season. Well, we're like three quarters down the season.
They can't restructure, but they can always extend. You know how in the NFL, players restructure their contracts to kind of help the team? Mm-hmm. You can't do that in the NBA with the CBA, the bargaining agreement. So you can extend. You can always pay them more money, but you can't take money away.
What do you mean with the CBA agreement?
So that you can't restructure in mid-season. Like, you can't just be like, hey, man, help the team out, give us some money back. You know what I mean? So for this is kind of keeping money in the players' pockets.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Trying to open the door.
Yeah. So $4 million extension.
What's up, buddy? How you
we
doing?
got a guest today, man. We got a guest. How you doing, my man? You got it. All right, cool. So we got a guest. I'll intro him in a little bit. Let's just wrap up basketball real quick, and then we're gonna get to it. Okay, so Channing Frye finally retired. You smell good. Channing Frye finally.
Wow!
No, man, because the cloud just came in, bro. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. All right, so Channing Frye. This is coming for his Twitter. Yes, I'm really retiring. It's been amazing. It's been an amazing ride. So old ass Channing Frye.
Bye.
He didn't want to be on Cleveland no more.
Who does?
Nobody wants to be on Cleveland anymore.
What?
Now this is funny. This is fucking funny. Since LeBron activated playoff mode, remember when he activated playoff mode? He was just like, it's playoff now.
Yeah.
Real LeBron's coming out. The Lakers have gone 2-3, while the Cavs have gone 3-1. This guy, man, if you see the Lakers play the Bucks last night, it's just funny how like LeBron's doing on the Lakers right now. Like, he doesn't even care. He walked when it was 15 seconds left in the game. He walked off. He was already on his way to the.
You think
the
he accepted his fate?
He's not in there to play or win anything. If he wins something, it's cool. But he went there for the movies. He's shooting Space Jam 2 now. You know.
Okay. So is that actually happening?
It's actually happening.
It's a legit thing. Yeah.
It's legit.
Well, it kind of beats his narrative about, I'm not accustomed to losing.
Yeah. That was a dick move. That's a dick thing to say. I heard that and I was just like, wow. He literally just like
all the time's catching up, bro.
Yeah, it's catching up, and he can't carry them anymore because at least with the Cleveland, like they actually had playmakers. These are all young cats. You know, the only person that was scoring other than him was Brandon Ingram, and everybody else. Lonzo Ball's still out, so it's just like,
it's the ball curse, bro.
Yeah, it's the ball curse.
He said he couldn't play good without him.
He couldn't play good without him. Maybe he can't. Maybe he can't.
Right.
Yep. So a few more things with the NBA. Over his last, Trae Young, this rookie kid from Atlanta. Yeah, they're tanking right now. Yeah, they're really shitty right now. But over his last 5 games, Trae Young is averaging 34.8 points. And 10.4 assists on 47% shooting and 49% from 3.
And that's great.
This dude is shooting like Steph Curry right now. He's like 4 or 5 feet behind the line, and he's actually like
shooting. He was lighting us up, bro.
And like that's great. Except he's on a shitty team, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, man, they're tanking.
It sucks, bro. Like, it really sucks because I feel for the kid. Though.
They're tanking right now. Maybe they'll
Same
way
I feel about Booker, bro.
Yeah, that team. I feel bad for Booker. It's never. I don't know if Phoenix is ever going to do anything.
They keep getting all the draft picks.
I know, just collecting, just hoarding them all. This guy, Vince Carter, passes Kevin Garnett 1,462 for 6th place all time for NBA games played. This dude is 42 years old.
When is he going to retire?
He needs to retire.
He's not. He ain't going to retire, bro.
This dude's beard is gray.
45.
He lost all of his hair. He needs to stop.
I mean, he lost his hair a long time ago.
He hasn't even announced a tour farewell like Dirk.
No, so I think he's fully thinking like he's coming back next season. It's crazy. Like this dude's gonna break.
You're not gonna win another championship, bro.
This dude's eligible for an AARP card. Like he's literally ready to retire. You know, like I don't understand.
Hey, he's gonna be the first player to ever play for every single team.
Yeah,
I think that's what he's trying to do.
Probably,
right there.
Probably, man. Probably. Now this. Going back to the shop, remember how LeBron had Anthony Davis on the team too?
Back to the shop.
So we're going to play this. This is actually really fucking funny.
I think now he's finally starting to see the momentum shift and who...
Can you feel it?
Yeah, I mean... who he is, though.
Yeah, and that's what it is. You know, all the media coverage around me, and now I'm getting a chance to take over, my career.
That's right.
And say what I want to say, do what I want to do. So now you see everybody, all right, I see AD changing. Everybody telling me, you growing up. About time you take care of your business, take care of your career. And so now, like, as a player, as the CEO of my own business, I got the power. I'm doing what I want to do and not what somebody tells me to do.
And that's them butterflies, like, knowing that something going to happen next, not knowing what's going to happen next, knowing it's going to be a W. Don't know what form, how it's going to look when it comes. That's that. That's that feeling.
Ain't nothing wrong with it at all.
That's that feeling.
Great. So that's Anthony Davis. Man, LeBron is such a fucking puppet master, dude. Like, he's pulling all the strings, and like he wants him on the Lakers so bad. He wants him on the Lakers so bad that he pulled him to his show.
Bro, that's not gonna. Okay, this is what I need to point out. That Anthony Davis is gonna make your team better.
Yeah.
But you, dude, in this league, you need shooters, bro.
You do need
your
shooters.
wing guys.
Yeah.
And LA doesn't have that. So what can you do? You had LeBron when he had Kyrie, playmaker, shooter. He had
and they made it work.
Yeah, it made it work.
It made it work.
You need shooters in this league now.
Yep.
Everybody's spreading threes. You don't
But
see the Lakers are 29.
Antonio Davis can shoot though. He has an outside shot though.
Who?
Who did I say? Antonio Davis? Man, I mixed them both up.
Oh, because we're talking about
Anthony Davis.
I know
Anthony
he does,
Davis.
bro. But I'm talking about you need more
three
than
point.
you need more than LeBron
Yes.
and Anthony Davis to shoot, bro.
Yeah.
Because the Warriors, the Celtics, they're gonna outshoot you, bro.
Yeah.
They got guys out there just and three's always better than two.
Speaking of Antonio Brown, this just came on Bleacher Report. Larry Fitzgerald sounds off on Antonio Brown. Quote, to play with an all-time QB like he's been able to play with, I don't think he understands how good he has it.
Damn.
And he
Mic drop.
You gotta throw the
because
the shots fired.
It's
I don't have it locked up.
Like, it's honestly true, but we don't know what the relationship that Ben and Antonio Brown has been having. Because as far as what Antonio Brown been saying, everything he said was probably right about Big Ben. Because, hey, it's not like Ben Roethlisberger is perfect. He probably has thrown some good balls. But he has a pedigree. He has pedigree, though. So, like, you know, Antonio Brown needs to, like, understand, like, without him, you wouldn't have as much pedigree as you have now.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up.
Yeah, so that's it for the NBA. I just thought that was really funny with the shop LeBron's doing LeBron things. Moving on to the Astros. The Astros are actually playing. Spring training is upon us. Hey, look at you with your fresh Astros hat. Hold up. So the Astros spring training they're going on. They're playing the Miami Marlins right now. The New York Mets. I'm so sorry. They're playing them. They're up 5-1 right now.
And when's season is out? Do they play in this game?
Yeah, he's playing. They had Verlander versus Syndergaard from the Mets, so they're getting some time. They're getting warmed up, ready for the season. So
okay, I'm gonna try to watch baseball this season. I'm gonna look at the scores.
Yeah. We'll see.
At least look at the scores as well.
Yeah, just look at the scores and be like, I know what's happening. I'm
we
relevant.
won 3 games in a row.
Yeah. This is coming. Ooh, wow. Sorry, I didn't know that clap was gonna be that loud. I just clapped and it.
I mean, it hurt my ears.
This is coming from Brian McTaggart. He's a beat writer for the Astros. Bregman is interested in an extension with the Astros. They need to get that done. This dude is like our Derek Jeter. Like, he's like that guy. He's a baseball lifer, and he's just a really good guy. And
he's young too.
He's really young. He's really young. So I hope they need to lock him up. Mm-hmm. First comment: lock him up and swallow the key.
Spring career next. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, so that's it for the Astros. We're just gonna monitor spring training, and then hopefully the season will get on sooner than later because
we got like less than 30 days.
Yeah, less than 30 days, man. Less than a month. Okay, we need to talk about this craziness that happened. Breaking news. This is coming a day and a half ago, I think, 2 days ago.
Stop talking about the Astros. I'm putting my Astros.
Bryce Harper signs with the Phillies for a 13-year, $330 million deal with no opt-outs. This breaks Giancarlo Stanton's total money record of 13-year, $325 million deal. Now, this is crazy because Giancarlo Stanton has an opt-out clause. If they're not playing well, he can always bounce.
Bro.
But Bryce Harper is there for $13 million. They're on the books. They can trade him, but they can't cut him.
Dude, that deal is disgusting.
The deal is disgusting.
I don't think he's going to last a full 13 years.
Yeah, because look at it. He's what? I think he's 27 or 28 right now. Like, what? Like, you're taking a huge chance on that.
So at the end of this, he'd be what?
And that's MLB's guaranteed money. Huh?
Yeah, it's guaranteed money.
It's not like NFL.
Now, see, what's funny is when you divide 330 by 13 years, you get a little less. The Dodgers were willing to pay him 4 years, $45 million each year.
Oh, okay.
But he wanted a long-term deal, so he took
less
less money.
Super long-term.
Yeah, he took more money spread out more than having a short-term deal. Better for him, just in case the Dodgers, because baseball is all about windows, right?
Yeah.
It's all about windows. When that window closes, it's on to the next one. You got to start all over again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like the Astros did in 2005. They went to the World Series. Then they had a long stretch where they weren't. That window closed for a long time, and then that window opened up now, right?
All I know is that 13 years in those 13 years license, he better try to get a World Series.
He better. But the thing is, they're strapped for a lot of cash now, so they can't splurge on anybody really big anymore now because they just put a lot of money into this guy.
What in their team, the Phillies? What is their market at?
They're
I know the Dodgers.
It went up now that they got this guy. Like their jersey sales, their ticket sales went up just because of this guy. But the thing is, to make another splash because in baseball, there's no salary cap.
Yeah,
there's no salary cap like in the NFL, so you can spend as much as you have. But the Phillies, because they're kind of like a mid-market team, they don't really have Yankees money. They don't really have Boston Red Sox money. They don't really have this money to can throw at this guy, right? So they threw the kitchen sink at this guy. What can they do now?
And by the way, it's a $20 million signing bonus too.
$20 million signing bonus.
Just signing your name. Oh, here's $20 million.
Must be nice.
Must
be nice. So with Machado getting his $300 million deal and Arenado getting a big-ass deal too, $890 million of Machado, Harper, and Arenado mega deals are a huge win for players' war versus the owners. This is coming from Bleacher Report. $890 million over 3 players. 3 players.
Okay, so right now it's getting to a point where it's just like, why do we pay these people this much money to hit a ball? Like, you know, like
they have to feel too. They have to feel too. Let's not get
it comes down to the even same thing with boxing though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like $300 million for one fight. I mean, it also what it comes down to.
Like, it's over all sports. It's like, this is a lot of money. I feel like we could use this money for other things.
Yeah.
You know?
Better things.
Yep.
Better things.
Okay, so.
It is. You're right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know.
a lot of money.
Because now it's just like ridiculous now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I really wanted Bryce Harper on the Astros, but after seeing that contract, fuck no. This is kind of crazy. San Francisco Giants CEO Larry Baer in physical altercation with wife on video. They went to a public park. I'll show y'all the video. This is actually kind of crazy how it looked. Ooh, hey girl.
Oh wow.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, turn that up. Turn that up.
That's not out there in public, like bright.
It's like no shame.
No shame in her game. Shoot.
Just waiting for the video to play.
Come on.
Ooh, Jones versus Smith.
Yep. So that looks really bad because he knocked her off her chair and put her on the ground. Because he was trying to grab a phone from her hand. Cheating. He was definitely cheating.
I was going to say, I think that was at a coffee shop or a little like...
No, this is the park. It was in a public park.
It was at a park. Okay, it was a nice place. Very like cool hipster vibe.
Yeah.
You know?
First comment, someone's cheating.
Someone's cheating. But yeah, I agree with Sean.
Get the fuck out
of
of
you that said it like does look staged. It looks weird. Like it looks weird.
She's just
the way she
kind of overreacting. She's like,
oh my god. Yeah.
And then who's filming? Like
that's a bystander.
Dude, he's like, oh, okay. You got a nice ass camera. Just
just right there at the right
what
time.
Is that, like that Samsung 10? That's what it is?
Shut the fuck up. You're an idiot.
It was nice.
So we'll monitor that, see what happens if there's any repercussions. But anytime you like hit a lady like that and knock her off her chair, and
he really hit her though.
He pulled
her.
He knocked her off the chair. So.
Yeah, that's such a gray area though, where it's like I'll try and get my phone back, and then like.
I think she was reading some text messages that he didn't want her to read, and so yeah, for sure.
She probably swiped left too many times. That's what it was.
Yeah. So moving on from that, in UFC news, we have UFC 235 today. This is the main card. We got former bantamweight champ Cody Garbrandt versus Pedro Munoz. We have a women's strawweight bout, Tisha Torres versus Weili Zhang. Then a welterweight fight between Robbie Lawler and Ben Askren. And then the co-main event, we have the welterweight championship bout between Tyron Woodley and Kamaru Usman. And then the main event,
sounds like a good fight.
Light heavyweight bout between John Jones and challenger Anthony Smith. This should be a good card to watch tonight. It's really good. It looks really good. I
think John Jones is going to take it.
You think he's going to take it?
I think he's going to take
it. Yeah. Do you think Woodley's going to keep his belt? He's had it.
Knows?
He's defended it the longest time this time.
Who knows?
You know, looks. We'll you've seen him. He looks huge.
Yeah.
He's only 170 pouns, and he's 5'8". He's 5'8".
Weird, bro.
He's tiny.
I'm telling you, it's weird.
The camera
makes him look so big.
The camera makes him look gigantic. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be on ESPN Plus. Yeah, all UFC fights are on ESPN Plus now. So stay tuned for that.
Okay.
That's it for sports.
That's
We do have a guest. Sorry, I was going to introduce him after we got through with all this. We're running a little behind. Sorry about that.
Hey, you guys good.
So we have a near and dear friend of mine. We went to school together and we got close. We're really close. He's probably one of my best friends right now. Probably.
Damn.
Okay. He told us that last
He's like,
I know. I thought we were cool. Fuck this. I'm out.
He's like probably one of my best friends for now.
We're all cool
For
guys.
now.
We're all. I said right now. You're
Right
one of my
now.
best. Man, shut the fuck up. Anyways, we got Rolando in the building. Say what's up
guys?
to the people, man.
How's everyone doing?
Shamir Rolando, Sean Rolando.
Sean,
That's
Shamir.
Rolando.
Hey, man, you're not gonna tell him about his cool jersey?
Oh yeah, he's got
jersey.
L3,
bro.
L3. Who's on the back?
Yeah,
I don't have anyone
Is that a custom one?
No. This is like I got it at Academy, like super last minute before the last game, before the first game.
Nice.
Dude, it was like they were sold out everywhere. I couldn't get like the names on any of them.
Those
Man.
Chicharito jerseys went out fast, man. The girls love that man. He's like Mexican Jesus, right?
Yeah.
He's kind of up there.
Well,
He's
also
kinda
like with their goalie.
Oh, Ochoa. That's
Oh,
their
Ochoa.
guy.
Yeah, that's
The name slipped, but no, I went to
Yeah,
the exhibition match they had last year.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it was like when he was on our side of the field playing.
Yeah.
Bunch of teenage girls just going crazy.
I bet,
I'm just like, he can't hear y'all.
He can't. He's not
Like,
listening.
he's not gonna listen.
He's not listening. Yeah, for sure. But I wanted to bring you on here because you went to a recent film festival. If you want to talk about that.
Yeah. I went to Sundance Film Festival.
Yeah,
Park
I used
City,
to think like, man, film festivals are for like snooty, like everybody goes there.
I'm not gonna lie, that's what I thought too. Cause I've seen some Sundance movies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, they're really good, but
people,
they're really kind of like
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
They're
only a small percentage of the people that are just like, I'm at a film festival on Instagram. But no, people like actually like enjoy the art and like film.
Yeah.
They actually go there and like people actually get inspiration from the actual directors. Go there, see like different
got a chance
films.
to meet a lot of them. Actually.
Yeah, and he actually met. So if you want to talk about that experience, because like I've always wanted to go, I just couldn't go to this one. Tell us about your experience there, man.
Man, the experience was weird. It was like surreal because it was like,
huh? It was weird.
It was weird in the sense of like, well, first of all, you get there and it's in the mountains.
Yeah.
And it's like I've never really been in that kind of altitude, and like you can't really breathe.
Where is this in Colorado?
It's in Utah, Park City, Utah, which is like, it's about 40 minutes from Salt Lake.
Yeah.
And so like the moment I got there, got in an Uber, started driving. It's crazy. We were like driving through the mountains to get to Park City, and you just like feel your ears pop from the pressure. And you just really
just like going up an elevator.
Yeah, man. I was just like driving, and I was like, man, dude, I'm having trouble breathing because it was like. You just like feel it. I wasn't having like that much trouble, but like you just like feel the difference in your body.
You feel the pressure in your lungs.
Yeah, man. I was like waking up with a hangover the first 2 days, but I didn't drink. Literally, like that's how it is, man.
You get that head high. You get that head high kind of.
Oh god.
Yeah. But,
everyone was like, "Oh, you get that headache the first few days," and I was like, "Yes." But now, man, it was cool, man. Like you said, I did get a chance to meet a lot of cool people, man. A lot of young people. The program that I went with is called Ignite, which is between people that are the ages of 18 to 25. And that was like the last year I could have done it because I just turned 25. So I was like, all right. And it's basically like half the price of a package. A normal package is like $500.
Yeah.
So I got a chance to go for $250.
Yeah.
Got a chance to meet a lot of cool people. But yeah, you do get a lot of those snotty people, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I got people that go in there for Instagram. Yeah.
Well, yes, but it's more... I would say it's the rich old people, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
because
can see that too.
Park City is a very rich place.
Yeah.
There's nothing but resorts there for skiing and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, dude, like those things are like super expensive to even go to.
Jeez.
Yeah, man. So like the first few days was cool because everyone on the streets were like young college kids.
Yeah.
Or like fresh out of college.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool. It was like everyone was in the same age range. Everyone kind of had the same vibe. Everyone kind of like loved the same things. We all love movies.
Right. Yeah.
But the moment it hit Friday, it was like you had the people that are like the rich people.
Yeah.
That showed up for the weekend just to like.
Because you were there for a week. You were there for the whole.
I was there for the week. Yeah. So it's like it's a 2-week festival.
Yeah.
The first week is like nearly impossible to get into, just because that's when all the celebrities go.
Oh, okay.
That's when they have to go.
Which you saw some.
Yeah, I saw. I met Tessa Thompson. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was pretty cool, man. She was like doing a talk at this place called the Cinema Cafe,
where's she from?
She's from Westworld. She's from
Westworld. Creed.
Creed. What was the recent
Thor
one?
Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok. Yeah.
Oh, is she
Valkyrie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry to bother you too.
Yeah.
Which is a good movie, but weird.
Yeah.
Which one?
Sorry to bother.
Oh yeah, sorry about. Oh yeah.
That was a good movie, but it was so
Dang, that's on my list too, man. I was like,
I've heard their name, but I was just like, I can't imagine her face.
I know Tessa Thompson.
Yeah.
I know Tessa Thompson.
Yeah, I mean, she was like really nice, man. I just like happened to walk up, and they were like, "Oh yeah, the talk just finished, so she's about to come out."
Yeah.
'Cause it's such a small town, dude. It's like literally like 3 main roads, and that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So it's like it's really easy to bump into people. So that's why a lot of people just end up going the first week.
Yeah.
So they can like meet celebrities,
Network
and, like
and
bump
stuff
into
like-
them.
yeah.
And, but then like they don't even go to the movies. Some people just go to network, which is totally okay because I
Yeah,
mean like
right.
you're in the hub of it all.
Yeah.
And if they can, they'll go see a movie or two.
Okay.
Like I watched 12 movies.
12 movies altogether.
12 movies in the 4 or 5 days. I was there for like 6 days, but the festival was only going on
So
for
you
4
were
or 5
watching
days.
some of these consecutively, like movie.
One of the days I watched 4 movies back to back. Yeah, so it was.
Might as well.
Might as well.
Yeah, man.
You pay the money right now. Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's for.
That's what it's
Yeah,
for. It's
dude.
literally for.
So I take it you're camping there?
No, it was.
The hotels?
Well, it's like 25 degrees, so you can't really camp or anything like that.
okay.
Yeah, so like
You're
no, but it's
camping.
like I stayed in a hostel.
Yeah.
So like I've done the hostel stays before, like in other cities like New York, and you know, and I loved it, man. It's cool because then like you're automatically gonna have people to talk to.
Yeah, you're kind of forced to talk to people in hostels.
You're
'cause
kind of
there's-
forced to. You
there's
don't
no
have
wall.
to.
Yeah.
But you can.
Well, they had the whole bunk bed concept, or did
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, so like we were like in our small rooms. The room was actually a little bit smaller than the room that we're in right now. And it was like 3 bunk beds, but it was really nice. I mean, they have lockers for your stuff, and everyone's very respectful
of your space and stuff.
Yeah, like I don't think anyone ever answered the phone like while they were in the room, just for the sake of like there's always somebody sleeping.
Yeah.
Whether it's in the morning, afternoon, evening.
Yeah.
The good thing is that like I shared my room mostly with either film festival goers or skiers. Yeah, because I mean Park City is a big skiing town, and the skiers are all up in the morning by like 5 a.m., 6 a.m.
Yeah, dude. When me and Justin and Shiv went to Havasupai Falls, northern Arizona.
Yeah.
Same thing, dude. Everybody in the campground's so nice.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you need anything? Y'all want some food and da da da. Like you don't have nobody there messing.
Yeah,
with
it's
your
always
things.
good vibes.
Yeah,
when it comes
man.
to, like,
Good
camping
vibes,
and
everybody's
everything. I don't
chilling.
think I've ever gone to a campsite where it's like people have been like out of their way dicks. You know,
Yeah.
like, I feel like
Or they're
everybody's
trying to start something.
Yeah. I feel like
That's honestly like the really cool thing that I liked about it, and like I can see myself going now every year.
Yeah.
Whether even if I go to see the movies or not, even just to go to the city because it's such a
Is
cool
it hard
place.
to get into? Like, I would want to go to that.
No, it's not hard at all, actually, man. It was like my first time trying, my first time going, and it was like I just paid attention on the website. They usually like announce between August, September, like when the tickets go on sale. They go on sale in October. I came in the same day, bought my package. Cool. Waited a couple weeks, and then they let you go in and select your times for what movies you want to see, or you can just wait until you actually get there, and you can just like walk up to the movies and show them vouchers and stuff.
But
like
that's
that.
kind of risky too, because it's kind of like
Yeah.
a standby game. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. They have a lot of stuff to figure out. I would say that because I mean I think they said they had like almost 800,000 people go or 80,000 people. I feel like it was like I don't know which one it was, but it was like a lot of people that went this year. And but no, I mean it was cool, man. I got a chance to see a lot of people, meet a lot of people, and it was I'd say if you're even a little bit remotely a movie fan, you should go.
Yeah,
Even
it's a worthwhile investment. For
Exactly. And I know a lot of people that went that like rented like a condo or something like that and just like shared beds or shared like space with friends, because then you could also go skiing. And because of the festival, the slopes are like empty.
Empty because everybody's out there. Yeah.
Everyone's there for the festival, so you can like, and that's actually what a lot of the celebrities end up doing, is they'll go for the first few days for the festival and they'll just hang around and go skiing.
Oh.
That way they won't run into people.
Yeah.
So this was back in what did you go?
It was Super Bowl weekend.
Oh, so February. So it's still cold out there.
Yeah, it was real cold, man. But it was weird, man. It was like one of those things like you don't feel this in Houston. Like in Houston, when it's cold, it's cold.
Yeah.
Like all the times of the day, no matter where you are. There, first day I got there, I was wearing jeans and a t-shirt and a jacket.
Yeah.
And it was like 10 degrees.
It's like dry weather.
It's dry cold.
Really too cold or?
Dude, I felt fine.
Felt fine.
And it was like 10, 15 degrees, but it's also because it wasn't windy.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I was like, so like if there's
the
no
wind just makes
wind,
it worse,
Dude, I went to Chicago last month during that whole negative 20.
the
but I was,
winter blast.
Yeah, but it was negative 26 the 2 days after we came back. But that weekend they went negative 6, windy as hell, bro. We went for the experience of like we want to go see Chicago cold.
Yeah.
Dude, the whole Lake Michigan was completely frozen.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
Yep, so I'm just staying in the South.
I tip my hat to people who live there.
In the South.
Yeah.
Deal with that every year, dude.
We know we had Justin and me a couple years ago. It's like I think it was the year that I met you. I went to New York. I went in the wintertime because I was like, all right, there's New York in the winter. Let's go. And it's also January, so it's like the cheapest time to go.
Exactly.
So it was like flight, hotel, everything was like dirt cheap, dude.
The birds fly south during the winter for a reason.
Yeah, man, dude. And we went. And then apparently we got like the third worst blizzard in New York City history while we were there. Yeah, man. And it was crazy, bro. I was just staying there for those few days. Like, I didn't care. I thought it was awesome because of the whole experience of it.
Yeah.
But then, like, everyone's just like, I can't go home today. So I'm just going to have to hang around inside of this hotel lobby. And I'm just like, dang, that sucks. I'm going to go back to my warm room now. Hope your day gets better.
Yeah, man. But speaking of the film festival, I know you caught some movies because you see movies that a lot of people that aren't released yet that are still
all of them.
The next few years. All of them are still up for release.
Yeah.
What movies do you recommend that we look out for that are really good? What did you see? What did you think about these movies?
Avengers.
Which one?
It's not gonna be it.
Avengers.
No. So like,
I just want to know.
He's like, did you see Endgame? Did you see it though, bro?
Yeah, but what movies should we look out for? What movies just talk about them, like expand on them?
I would say
too much.
the way to do it, man, is to keep an eye out on just like the studios that have them.
Yeah.
So like the three big buyers or the three big spenders, I guess, were Netflix,
of course,
Amazon, and I think HBO. Oh, HBO. Yeah, Hulu was kind of quiet. And I think they produced some stuff, but they were kind of quiet as far as like buying things. Yeah. Amazon came in and bought like all the best movies.
So it's like three basic streaming services.
Yeah. That's where everything's heading now.
HBO is on cable, but it has HBO Go, so it's like
But the thing is, that they are going to get like Netflix kind of paved the way of being able to say like, hey, you can still win Academy Awards and have like theatrical releases as a streaming service. Mm-hmm. Like that's what they're gonna do. Yeah. Like Amazon has 3 movies, I think 3 or 4 movies that are gonna be really good. One's called The Report. If you like kind of like courtroom dramas, like this one's based on the true story. I had it a couple years ago about the
torture.
Yeah, the torture. What's that?
The Guantanamo.
No, what was it called? Watergating or something?
Waterboarding.
Waterboarding, yeah.
Waterburger.
I said Waterburger, man. I'm hungry, man.
When you're torching.
Yeah, that's when you like put a rag over the pit and you pour
that stuff really does. That stuff really.
Because you feel like you're drowning. You feel like you're drowning.
You can't close your.
Oh, people did drown though.
It's water coming in both your nose and mouth. You feel like you're drowning.
Because you can close your mouth, but your nose is harder.
But you got to breathe. You got to breathe through something.
You still got to breathe.
Yeah, that's why they put like a towel over your face. It's hard.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a really great one. That one has like Adam Driver who plays.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
That one's like honestly, that was one of my favorite movies. One of the ones that I'm really excited for that I like. Netflix actually bought it, so hopefully we'll see a theatrical release and a streaming time soon. It's called Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile. It's about Ted Bundy.
Ooh, that's what
that's what
Zac Efron. Yeah. Zac Efron, Lily Collins.
How is that?
Amazing. I think honestly that was my second.
Was good.
What's the name of that movie again?
It's called Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile. And the reason it has that long name is because that's what they told him. That's what the judge told him when they sentenced him.
Literally, that's the name of the movie.
Yeah.
So when is that? Because I know that was going to be released, but when's the release date on that?
They don't have it yet. Netflix bought it. So like Netflix came in and bought it, I think for like $15 million or something like that. Mm-hmm. And so like we don't know if they're gonna do a theatrical release and then a streaming release, because a lot of the movies that Netflix actually produced for the festival are already there, like on Netflix now. Like Velvet Buzzsaw is already out. It came out the weekend.
That was another one that you liked a lot.
I love that one. That one was one of the fun movie.
It was like a. You've seen it?
No, I haven't seen it, but it shows up on like my feed.
Yeah. It's fun, dude. It's a fun. Like, I would say it's like Final Destination mixed with like snotty rich art people, and it's just like in a fun way. Like it's not. I wouldn't say it's gruesome or anything like that. It's just a fun movie to watch.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you could take.
Because I like Jake Gyllenhaal and everything.
He's really funny in it, man. Because he plays like this very like flamboyantly.
I saw
bisexual
that.
Man.
Right.
So it's just real funny, like trying to make him be like. He's trying to like hit on a girl, and it's just like But he's still extremely flamboyant. Yeah, and I was like, all right, dude, whatever worked for you, man.
Well, he was a Brokeback. So.
Yeah. But man, honestly, I told Justin this, man. I texted him the moment I got out. It was like a movie called Honey Boy. I don't. Do you guys? It's Shia LaBeouf.
Okay.
He wrote this.
Wow.
Yeah, man. He
was an actor in a couple of years now, huh?
Yeah, man. He wrote this movie while in rehab. And he talks about it in the movie, and it was basically this form of therapy.
He plays his dad in that movie.
He plays his dad because you know how he was like a child actor, so he goes back and basically just goes over his childhood and stuff like that. And that was honestly like one of the like best movies I've ever seen ever.
Wow,
it's on there for top 5 movies of all time. It's called Honey Boy.
Honey Boy.
And that got bought out by who?
Amazon.
No release yet.
No release yet. That's the thing is that we don't know. So like, a big reason why we haven't heard a lot of stuff is because you can actually see the picture of how he looks like. Damn, yeah, he's pulling it up.
That's him as his dad.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
What the?
Yeah, I know. When you looked at the picture, it's hilarious. But when you're actually watching the movie, it's like, wow. Yeah, he was amazing in it, man. And
oh, that's the kid that plays him.
Yeah, he was in A Quiet Place.
Oh,
he was one of
he was
the little boy in The Quiet Place, and then
The Quiet Place is a good movie.
Yeah. That was a really good movie.
So
for him not talking,
and and with Shia LaBeouf being like a dick for most of his adult life, well up till now, I always thought he was a good actor.
Yeah,
I always thought he was a good actor. Not to see this. Oh, so would you say that movie is like Oscar worthy?
Yeah. Absolutely, I would say
and he
directed.
He
didn't direct it. He wrote it, so he's gonna get, I think, screenplay.
Screenwriter, yeah, okay,
screenplay, and then actor. Because man, dude, honestly, man, it was just like when I got out of that movie, man, I was like not shaking, but it was just like shook. You're just like, what the heck just happened? And like I haven't felt that way after watching the movie in a long time.
Jeez.
Yeah. And then, he was actually there throughout the entire festival.
Oh, for real?
Because the thing with the festivals, they show the movie like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
If it's really popular, 4 or 5 times, maybe, throughout the entire 2 weeks. So it's like it's really hard to get in and watch these movies.
Shoot.
So like for that movie, Honey Boy, it was impossible to get in. Because every single day, every single time they had a screening, they did 2 hours before they did what's called the wait list. So on the app, you would go on there, and 2 hours before the movie started, you would have to like enter a raffle. And in that raffle, they give you a number. And then in that number, it's like, for example, if it's 200 people, it's between 1 to 200, and that's your place in line to get in. But that's the thing, though. Those movies were so popular, and they were playing in small theaters that only hold like 400, 500 people. So everyone that has tickets probably is gonna go.
Yeah.
So there's no guarantee. People that are like, they even said like, if you're not within the first like 80 numbers, like don't even think about trying. Like it's just not gonna happen. And so that was the case with Honey Boy. I remember the first on one of the days that I was there, I was like, fuck it, let me try getting in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, I clicked it the moment they opened up, and it was like instantly locked out. Yeah, man, because you have like thousands and thousands of people that are trying to see this movie,
and everybody's thinking the same thing.
Everyone's thinking the same thing. Everyone's trying to do the same thing. Like immediately locked out, and I was like, damn. So I was like, all right. On the very last day of the festival, they do what's called the awards day.
Yeah.
So it's the movies that win awards, whether it's like audience-based awards or critics-based awards or anything like that. And they get to show them again. Well, Honey Boy was on there. Honey Boy won an award, and they got a chance to be shown, and I had lucky enough I got tickets for it. So yeah, man, he wasn't at that screening. That was the one screening he didn't go to.
Was that the last one?
Yeah, he went to every other screening. He went to I think he had total like 5 screenings.
Yeah.
And he went to like all 4 before the awards day.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was because it was in the morning or something like that, or maybe because he had to fly back already.
Yeah.
But yeah, people were like, yeah, he was there the entire week hanging out. So like we bumped into him.
So
he was
it's a
very
pretty long
nice.
movie though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty long movie. I guess about 2 hours.
Man, most of the movies they were actually like 90 minutes.
Oh shit.
Quick and short, 90 minutes. I think the longest movie I saw was was The Report. And it was just under 2 hours. But yeah, almost all movies were like quick 90 minutes and about maybe like 15, 20 minute Q&A afterwards if you wanted to stick around. Like that one was really cool. And I think there was one that came out that was really funny called Corporate Animals. So
Who's in that?
Ed Helms.
Oh, okay.
From The Hangover.
Yeah.
Demi Moore, a bunch of people. If you pull up the cast, you can actually see it.
What's it called again? It's
Corporate Animals. It's just a really funny. I'm pretty sure it's going to go to Netflix or Amazon or something like that.
Yeah.
And Ed Helms is like the lead, or?
It's more of an ensemble show.
Okay.
It's more of an ensemble movie. It's basically a group of people from the small company that's led by Demi Moore.
Sharon Stone?
Is she in there? Sharon Stone?
That's Demi Moore though.
No,
Demi Moore's in it?
No, Demi Moore's in it. Yeah, but
that's a shot from the actual movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they go on like a little rock climbing trip as a company getaway, and then they get stuck underground.
That sounds funny.
Like that's all it is. That's what it is. Like that's the movie, simple and short. And like what happens after X amount of times, like the truth starts coming out about people.
They got Britney Spears up in there.
Yeah, she makes a little cameo in it, man. It's pretty funny.
No shit. That's
so
funny.
so the Sundance Festival is just basically these underground movies that are coming out.
Yeah. So the way it works, man, is the whole thing that happened. The whole reason there's festivals in general is because of it's independent movies that don't have support from like Warner Brothers yet.
Right.
So like Napoleon Dynamite is like the best example. Napoleon Dynamite was an independent movie. This guy made it. He made a short film of it first for like, I think a couple $1,000. He sent it to a film festival. They showed it, and then like a small company was like, "Hey, look, this movie's awesome. Can you make a feature film of it? You know, we'll give you $100,000." Which, in the scheme of like how much a movie costs to make, that's almost nothing. Like that ain't nothing. Like $100,000. Like I mean, even if you look at some of these low budget movies, they're still millions of dollars.
Like the Get Out movie was low budget.
Yeah. That was really low budget.
Because you only needed like one location.
Yeah.
Well, make two really, but yeah.
A Quiet Place was really cheap too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like you get a good story and stuff like that. Yeah. So what they end up doing is that these movies that have really small budgets, whether either from private investors or company investors, or some of them even do like loans or grants from the government, depending on what it is, they actually make this movie for real cheap.
I know a lot of military movies actually get loans from the government and stuff, because it's also a marketing scheme for like the armed forces and stuff. That's why they like loan jets, loan aircraft carriers, stuff like that, because it's marketing people to come to the army and the armed forces too. So they can get grants like that. But finish.
No, but yeah. So I'm like, basically, then they make the movie and they submit it to these film festivals, and the festivals say, "Cool, yeah, we like this movie. We're going to show it for you." And it basically becomes like a marketplace. Yeah. So the film festival, it's really honestly like a place to go buy movies. So like Netflix shows up and says, "All right, cool, we're going to watch these movies," and then depending on who's in it, what stars are in it, or even if it's just a good movie, they'll say, "All right, cool, we're going to buy this movie for a couple $1 million. So we're going to give you your budget back, basically, and we're going to give you, like 5% of all revenue, and we'll take care of the rest. We'll take care of sending it to the movie theaters. We'll take care of the marketing campaigns, which sometimes is like the most expensive parts.
Yeah.
And we'll do the rest. And then you just enjoy the ride." And so that's basically how it works, So
you're basically selling it to the bigwigs, basically. You're selling your project to the bigwigs.
But then the thing is, nowadays, independent movies are so popular because now people are wanting to see that more, other than studio movies, Like, I can't tell you how many times I'm tired of seeing Marvel movies. Like, I love Marvel movies, and I'm there at every single one, like a hypocrite. But I'm tired of them, man. It's like, give me something different.
Yeah.
Switch it up a bit. Switch it up a bit,
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's basically how it works.
That's cool, man. That's really cool. Just the whole concept of you just selling your project and like hoping somebody just putting your bait out there, hoping somebody bites. I know you're working on some projects too. If you want to expand on that, go ahead.
No, I'm good.
Bitch.
He's like,
nah, I'm good. Oh no, man, you guys aren't worthy. I'm playing, man. Nah, it was so I'm working on a short film actually.
Yeah.
And the short film was based on a true story. It deals with Houston and its issues with sex trafficking.
Yeah, we were just talking about that with Robert Kraft. We were just talking about
Robert
Kraft.
Dude. I mean, like
I had a whole class on that too, and it was just like crazy because like you knew it, but you didn't really like know it. Yeah. Like if you just go down Telephone Road, like for example, all those massage parlors right there.
Yeah.
Come on, like big fronts.
Yeah.
And recently, this lady, she owned a brothel. Pretty sure it was on telephone.
My bad.
How she got caught was because her niece that used to work for that worked for her got all the girls and snitched on her.
Damn.
It'd be your own family sometimes.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It'd be your own family sometimes.
It'd be your own family.
Man, it's crazy.
But yeah,
man. So like the story, it's kind of like what you were saying. It's so close to home that we don't even realize it. And it was this girl who got tricked from this guy to come into Houston. Promised her this big life. She shows up
from Mexico, right?
From Mexico, yeah. He promised her this big life. She's like, all right, bet. Shows up. Basically forces her into sex trafficking, makes her his slave. And then, basically, he has a bar. That's how he was doing it. The bar was the front.
Yeah.
And it was crazy, dude, because, like, the more research I've done into it, it's, like, a huge family thing.
Yeah.
Like you said, man.
It's a family enterprise.
It's a family enterprise, man.
Like, it's crazy.
It's insane, bro. Like, it's ridiculous how it works, man.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing, I'm just telling this short story about this girl. She does get out eventually, luckily. Which, luckily, a lot of these girls hopefully eventually do. But, she was, like, 15, 16 years old. She got caught into it for like 6 months. She gets out. But the house that she was being held captive in is in my neighborhood. And that's how I heard about it. This happened about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I honestly was like, back then I was like maybe like in my teens, 14, 13.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know what that was.
Mm-hmm.
I knew what brothels were, and to a certain extent I didn't really know what sex trafficking was. And so my parents were like, hey, just letting you know, like, this happened in our neighborhood, and they caught everybody, and everything's taken care of. But like, dude, we didn't know anything for months, you know?
Yeah.
For months and months. And like, I don't live in a bad neighborhood. I mean, I live in a pretty good neighborhood, I think. You know what I mean? Like, it was a shock for all of us. Yeah. We were like, dang, this happened in our own, right down the street from me. My dad was like, yeah, dude, I would see that guy outside all the time, and you know, you do the neighborhood wave, and like, hey neighbor.
Yeah, there was actually a stat. It said Texas was number 2 in the United States for sex trafficking.
What's number 1? Atlanta or
California. Number 2 is Texas, and number 3 is Florida.
Well, the biggest states. I think it kind of falls into the whole.
And they're all border states too.
Well, yeah, I mean, Florida, it's going to be everyone from like Cuba and stuff like that. And that's the thing. You go to Cuba and you say, hey, you want to come to America? I'll make a good life for you.
Like, fuck yeah.
And then you're like, yeah, of course. Who wouldn't? You know, and then you show up and then chunk, there you go. You're stuck. That was supposed to be like handcuffs. I don't know what that sounded like. Chunk.
He said chunk.
I was like, I meant to say like clink, clink. But it was like, that sounded like really not cool. Clink, clink.
But yeah, yeah, how's that coming along? Just
it's going good, man. The
script writing process is going on right now. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working on the script for like a year and a half.
Yeah,
I mean, it's short. It's only 15 minutes, and it's in the sense
from beginning to end. The short film.
Yeah, it's about 15 minutes long. I'm about to finish the script up now, and
man, jamming all that information into 15 minutes, that has to be tough, right?
I'm keeping it as vague as possible.
Okay.
In the sense of like to leave room for if someone does tell me like, hey, like, do you want to make a full version of this film?
Yeah.
Because this story can be told in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
The sides of it that I'm telling are 15 minutes, just to kind of like show the quick glimpses.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to really show her taken to the bar where he would go and stuff like that.
That just has to be inferred, but I mean,
yeah, it's going to be told.
Assumed,
yeah, it's going to be told in the story.
Okay.
Because it was such a bigger story. I mean, there's so much more to it in the back scenes.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of like leaving it almost open-ended in the sense
interpretation, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, so if someone does come up to me and say, hey, do you want to make this a feature film? I'd be like, yeah.
You don't blow it all in the short film. You say something
exactly. You leave with room, because then that's how a lot of movies do fail.
Mm-hmm.
Because they'll put all their ideas into this one movie, and when someone comes in and says, hey, you want to make a trilogy? And you're just like, fuck. I gotta come out with like a bunch of new ideas.
Yeah.
And they kind of suck compared to because then you don't think in long term from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Because you're putting all your eggs into that one basket.
Transformers, The Matrix.
Yeah. That's cool, man. That's a really cool. Any other projects you're working on? Like anything that you want to like get attention for? Like, I mean, like, or want to shout out because like the listeners are watching and they do
watching or listening.
The listeners are watching.
The listeners are watching. The listeners are listening.
The listeners are listening. The listeners are listening.
Wow.
My hat's a little too tight on my brain right now. So the listeners are listening. If you got like your social media or anything you want to plug? Or
yeah, man. Follow me on Instagram. It's Rolando JR93.
Okay.
Rolando Jr. 93.
Same thing on Twitter.
Twitter is kind of inactive right now. I gotta come back and do it.
We shouted you out on Twitter, and
well, like I don't tweet. I like get on there to like look at what y'all are talking about.
Yeah.
And to look at whatever like people say, hey, look at this on Twitter, and I'm like, all right, cool. But I don't like the picture on there is like from like 2014. Like I was like, not. I mean, all right, it's at Rock and Rolando.
Yeah. On Twitter, cool.
Yeah, I was like
cool,
14
man.
when I made the name.
Yeah, it's for conversations like this. Like, I was like just thinking, man, like all these kids coming up that are listening, like just get involved in the arts and stuff because, like, yeah, your core courses and stuff will like teach you how to get by, but I feel like the arts like help you live. Actually like live. You know what I mean?
They give you sanity and
it keeps you sane because like movies are economy proof. No matter how in the toilet the economy is, people are still gonna have to get away from everything, and that's what movies bring. Yeah, they watch movies, they watch TV, they do these things, they whatever, anything to get away.
And play video games.
Yeah, and play video games. Just because video games.
Because some video games are like movies.
Yeah.
Like play like The Last of Us. Or maybe Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
Any of those games.
Which you're into heavy. You're into Red Dead Redemption 2.
I know. It's like I'm like, did you finish it already?
No, I haven't finished it, dude.
I'm on chapter like 4.
Because like I barely started playing because of my job, and so it didn't let me really play. But I seen my friend play it, and I seen him go through. I was like, huh. Like, but you saw some stuff that would happen. It's like, okay, I know this is gonna happen. I know this is gonna happen because of the original game. Yeah. And then you see it, it's just like, huh, son of a bitch. Yeah. That was pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's like for real.
Good.
Yeah.
Like I started playing and I was telling him like, because the game came out like November, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, November it came out and I was like, all right, I started playing it. And like it happened when I thought it was gonna happen. I got like really into it, and I was trying to graduate.
Yeah.
And I literally told Justin, I was like, bro, I had to like take the game out of the console because I was like, if it's on there, I'm like, oh, let me play a little bit. 4 hours go by, still there, you know.
Yeah.
I'm running away from some, thugs or something like that. I don't know what's going on. I was like bounty hunters and shit. I was like, come on.
Bro.
But yeah, no, I mean, like movies are in the sense of like that, into a game.
I mean, some of these cutscenes in these games, man, it's like a full feature film. Like, dude, the graphics on it, everything is beautiful. It's beautiful. Because I used to tell him I do that a lot. Sometimes when I don't have time to play video games, I'll watch the cutscene movie. I'll literally
He told me when he did that for Red Dead, and I was like, you motherfucker.
You know, okay, so you play the game so you get more immersed.
No, but the Red Dead cutscene movie was like 9 hours long. Ain't no way I was gonna finish that. Ain't no way I was gonna finish that.
That's why I should play the game. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Play the freaking game.
I'm
waiting for it to get on PC.
Yeah. So
I'm exclusive PC now, bro.
Now he's a PC gamer now.
Oh, PC.
I told him like, hey,
he has a PS3, right?
No, PS4. I have a PS4.
And I told him, I was like, look, okay, the Division 2 beta is out. I don't know how good it's going to be. Hey, but do you want to play it with me? And he's just like, I don't want to play Sea of Thieves on PC. I'm like, all right, okay, whatever.
I've been trying to get you on Sea of Thieves too.
There's a reason why I'm not playing it. There's a reason why I'm not playing it, man.
The more that will go to want to do it.
But it's such a cool game.
I understand that, and so is Red Dead. It's like ranked number 2 game of 2018.
Have you played online yet? No, you haven't, right?
No, not yet. That was the thing. Is like, so I was trying to finish the story, and I got on to like chapter 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
And there's only like 6 or 7 chapters, and my friends all were like, "Dude, once you start chapter 5, like you're not gonna want to stop until the end." So they're like, "Get a day off."
Do you know how many chapters total there are?
I think like 5, like 6 or 7.
Oh. It's just, like
6 and then an epilogue.
I saw one of the chapters of when it started to kick off, and I was like, oh my god, I need to start playing this game.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy.
Because the first few chapters are real slow.
Yeah.
They're real chill, but then like
setting it up, yeah.
And then they said like those last like 4 or 5, no, it was like 5, 6, and 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
Are like jam packed with like action, so you like don't want to not play.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool, man. That's pretty much it for the show. We thank you again. Appreciate you coming out, man.
Thank you guys for having me, man.
We were originally going to do a phone interview because we've done a couple of phone interviews, but the fact that you came out, we really appreciate it. You're our first physical guest. We actually said that.
I feel so special.
We said that
to be honest, man.
We said that in the intro. We were like, we could actually touch him. He's here.
He's like,
so yeah.
Keep your hands off me.
We appreciate you coming out, man, and talking about the festival, your experience and stuff, and all the movies. Because I mean, you're the only one that's seen all of them. And to give us that to look out for.
I'll ruin them all for you right now.
Don't do that.
Until you pay me. I'll
do it. But yeah, we appreciate you coming out. It's been a good episode, a long episode, but a really good episode. A lot of good stuff in the episode. We're here for damn near like an hour and a half, 2 hours almost.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah, I think this is one of the longest episodes.
Jam-packed.
Jam-packed.
I had a movie to catch.
All right, well,
yeah, actually I do. I got tickets for 3:30, so I was like,
oh no, you're good.
I got plenty of time.
You're good. But yeah, it was a good episode today. Appreciate you coming again. My name is Justin.
My name is Sean.
Sham wow, sham bam, sham goddamn, signing off.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Let's get it.